Good morning, everybody.
Ben and 97.3 The Fan. Let's get our heads right on a Wednesday. As best we can, certainly. Same tale of woe with the San Diego Padres last night, even though 4 runs for this team is like an offensive outbreak. But then Matt Waldron pitched. There's an echo, but it's not me. I'm muted. I'm muted. I was muted. I checked. I'm literally looking at it. It's muted.
Okay. It is now. I just hit it.
So you double muted it because it was already muted. It was muted. It was already muted. I checked right before we went on. All right, now we're good. Matt Waldron showed up and gave up more than you scored. So it happens. It happens. Got the work cut out for him today. Certainly, we'll talk about all of it and then some. I will be honest with you. I only watched the condensed game because I had Little League last night.
I'll be honest with you. You didn't miss much.
Yeah, I know. And I was checking my phone during the game, which I don't like to do. I like to stay present in the moment. But my assistant coach goes, "Oh, God, Padres are down." I go, "Well, now I have to go look, dude, and see what happened, right?" And so I watched the condensed game. Yeah, didn't miss much, to be honest with you. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood your friendly neighborhood news anchor, joins us as well on the anchor desk last night.
And I will be honest with all of San Diego. I watched the game while I'm anchoring the news on my phone.
Yeah.
I have it sitting there.
It's crazy.
Right next to me at the anchor desk. So every time I toss to a package or there's a commercial break, I'm looking down and watching baseball, which is, granted, probably not the most professional behavior for your news anchor because
but you're also,
if I get distracted and miss something, it would look very bad. And people would wonder, what is he doing? What is he looking at?
It's amazing your ability to multitask on the news, but on this show, there is none. You cannot do it. You're incapable of multitasking.
I don't know that I'm multitasking. It's either one or the other.
That's true.
And I just have to know when I switch back and forth to each one, but I'm not really multitasking because I cannot multitask.
That's why I like to get my sports from NBC7 because they're only committed to the news.
The news and the sports.
Focused and locked in.
I like that too, Paulie. Very, very, very.
But if you ever see me like looking up at the last second for a story, like that's and there's a game on, that's a good chance that I was looking down at my phone to see what was happening.
Here's what you should do. Is have a little notepad and then you can pretend like you're writing notes, but you're not because you do
looks
see
very professional.
Yeah, oh my God, it looks like the most professional. You see somebody.
There's really almost no need to write down notes while you're sitting there. It's all written out for you. So anyone who's doing that's a little bit of the theater.
Yeah. Oh, I love
anchoring.
it.
There's all sorts of theater of anchoring.
Oh, this one right here, they all.
Oh yeah, well yeah,
the
papers, which oftentimes just don't have anything
lining them up.
With.
They're just blank. They're just blank pages.
Just some blank pages.
I would be writing stuff on my buddy's pages.
Oh,
you have a tiny wiener as he's, clapping.
I was told once when you switch, like sometimes they'll say, "Okay, we're going to switch from camera 2 to camera 1," and I'm looking and I'm reading a story. They say when you switch, do a little look down at your paper as though you're. As though you're looking at something important, and then you switch over to a camera naturally. So there's just it's just a move you make when you go from one camera to the other. You look down and then you look up, even though you're not looking down at anything at all. There's nothing preventing you from just turning and looking at the other camera. People think it looks awkward, so you look down.
I would write,
and then you look up.
I would write boobs on it so that when you look, you wouldn't know. You look down and you laugh because I had written boobs, and the O's would look like boobs. I'd put nipples on
little
them.
dots.
Yeah, little dots on there.
Yeah,
69 and stuff. 67 on there. That's great. That's great. It's nice to know that all of you guys are full of S. Like I've always known that you're full of S, and
completely full of it.
Now it has been confirmed. How did the shift go?
Not bad. I felt a little out of practice. It had really been a couple of months since I had a full anchor shift. I had, no one had been off, so it took me a second to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
But for the most part, went pretty smoothly. You know what's going on in the world. So lots of Iran and economy stories, things like that you toss into. So that was basically the gist of last night's news.
Nice. Yeah, well, we again, I would feel bad if I was coaching first base last night and having my phone out and the game on. I really would. And I know that that's my job and that's my, side, not even a side hustle. It actually costs me money. That's my side gig, right? Is coaching. And I would feel terrible if I was like, yeah, keep it up, buddy. Good job. As I'm watching the game, So I really try to stay present in the game. But I did check the score every now and then. I was, we got one back. And then next thing you know, you get the notification, game's final score. But my Little League team, we lost last night too, 10-9. It was an unbelievable.
Matt Waldron pitched?
Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Sorry. Last night was the last regular season game. It did not affect where we are seated or anything.
No, it's fine. Like last weekend of the regular season, bring up some of the call-ups, get them some time. I understand how that works.
That's right. Yeah. And I got a couple kids, some Mound time that have really been wanting it and earning it, and trying. I've been working with my dad. I've been throwing, okay, let's try it, and you
still almost won.
It was still almost won, man. And everyone did really well. And it was a fun one because it was so loose. And I told Hannah last night, I go, light bulb went off, man. I go, that's how all of their games should be. It only took me 20 games to figure out that, number one, it's not that big a deal. Number two, practice them hard. And when the games come, leave them alone. Let them go play, right? Just let them go play. No, let them go rip. And so it was a lot of fun, man. And a lot of kids stepped up and did cool stuff. And I moved kids around to different positions. I hit them different spots in the order. And yeah, man, we lost by 1. I'm really proud. We finished my first year coaching kid pitch, my son's first year playing. And I remember we were at fantasy camp or spring training when they had the draft. So I drafted this team sight unseen. I was not at the assessments. I had no idea. I was literally looking at a piece of paper that was like, can't run, can't hit. And I'm like, I'll take him. And I drafted this team. We finished 14-6. And we gave up the fewest runs in the league with 89 runs in 20 games is a Little League miracle. Next closest team, Benny, was 109. So 20 fewer runs than the next closest team. I was very proud.
4.5 runs per game in Little League. It's pretty darn good.
Crazy, right?
That's a major league average of runs allowed in a game. And 4.5.
That's with 10 last night as well. So it was awesome, man. My kids are so good and they work so hard and they care so much. And it was just such an incredible experience. So much fun. So I'm very proud of you, Nationals. And now we got playoffs this weekend.
Do you have the bug now for coaching?
More so than you could ever imagine. More so than you could imagine. I've got Taylor's game tonight, which is a little different. They don't really keep score and everybody hits. But the coaching bug it's in me. Started a team. Started my own club team that will start after Little League for my son Bo and literally all his best friends. And we will be known as the Encinitas Goats Baseball Club.
Wow! And
we got the logos and everything, and got the field space reserved, and it's going to be a blast. So I am just I'm bursting, man. It's so fun.
I am curious. Were you able to successfully shrink down this very small XX shirt that I gave you yesterday from my trip to Bandon Dunes that I thought was probably fine for you? I didn't want to go too small with the XL, so I went with the XX because it looked like it ran a little bit small.
You can't make it bigger, really. You can stretch it, which you don't want to do. But you can always make it a little bit smaller.
You always want to be a little loose rather than a little tight. So I got you the slightly bigger one, thinking comfort first, is the most important thing. And you said Hannah could probably do some magic on it, shrink it down a little bit, probably wash it in like hot water or something. I don't know how it really works. But how did it go? Are you good? You're not wearing it today, I see.
Wanted to. My wife walked in this morning as I was fresh out of the shower, and she goes, here's your new shirt. And she held it up. She goes, it didn't shrink at all. And I go, oh, it looks bigger. I go, how did you make that bigger? And did you ever see the movie The Whale with Brendan Fraser? I'm pretty sure it came from the prop bin of that. Then you could fit 2 of me in this thing. And I go, I looked at Hannah and I go, does he want me to be a 2XL? He wants me to be. He projected this onto me, didn't he? And I go, well, it's so soft, though. That's the thing is like, I held it again this morning. I'm like, it's so soft. I go, well, I guess I can just, you have those things you're like, oh, I'll just wear these cutoffs around the house, right? I guess it's just going to be wear it around the house. But
have you ever done the thing where you tie it into a knot to make it smaller when you put it on? I've seen that done, or at least I did many, many years ago. That was a thing, right? You can bring that back.
Twist it through the collar
here. Oh, this old bit.
Yeah, right there.
One of these?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Good to go.
I can cut. I remember when I worked here at 94.9, our beloved Hillary, who is just the GOAT, right? Hillary is amazing. And she's been in San Diego forever. This is one of the best jocks that you will ever find. And they'd come in like, hey guys, we got the new t-shirts. And I'd look over at her and she's like, snip, 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 snip. Arms gone, sleeveless, the neck is scooped out. I'm like, how did you do that? In like 10 seconds, like you've made it looking like a really cool.
That's how it came?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, dude, I don't want to wear a crew neck t-shirt, so I have to do this with every shirt they give us. Down the sides, like it looks incredible, all sexy. And I'm like, mine just look like a turd. So yes, maybe I can give it to her and she can scoop out the neck.
Work the magic.
Work some magic on it. But the thing is, dude, is like, I love the shirt. I love the design. I love the color. And the feel of it is so buttery. And I just looked at Anna. I go, I don't know what to do. I go, what? Why does Ben keep giving me gifts that I can't use?
Well, I would just like to take this opportunity to once again say thank you, Ben.
You're welcome, Paul.
Because mine fits great.
Perfect. God,
it feels amazing. I tried it on yesterday when I got home, and it is so comfortable.
And you admit it runs a little small, right, for a double X.
It was a little bit more snug than others,
right? That's why I was worried if I got an XL, it was just going to be too small for Woods.
Overall, it was to size. Yeah, it was good.
Fine. I will just have to go back to Bandon and exchange it.
Yeah, don't order me one.
I'm going to go back.
Bring me a new one.
I'm going back in
exchange
person.
It in 20 years when you go back.
Exchange it. Oh no!
Do you think it'll be a yearly?
I don't.
Is this a yearly?
Every other year?
We've already not gotten in for next year. You have to enter like a lottery now to get even a spot.
You tried.
Scotty put in for next year, didn't get it, so we'll probably try again for 2028. But it was a lot of fun, for sure. That's how popular it's gotten, though. You have to book over a year in advance and hope you get chosen. It's like trying to get tickets to the Masters now.
Nothing's worse than that.
You go on a pilgrimage every couple years,
something like that.
Back up there.
Well, you can also. I mean, look, there's a bunch of. Seven says there's no way I'm an XL, buddy. I've been an XL since college. Essentially, I've never gone above it. I'm 220 pounds. Like the double X on me looks like I'm wearing a sail.
Maybe he's complimenting you.
I don't think so.
You're just an L.
No, I don't think so. I know better. I've been in this game too long. But there's other places that you can go next year, right?
Oh, sure.
Like other golf trips. Yes. But I think that that's one that it would feel like something that I would want to go do every year, right? The Bandon pilgrimage, but it's always fun to go overkill.
Somewhere else as well. Check out new courses. In fact, already we're discussing he wants to go check out the Robert Trent Jones Trail in Alabama, which is a series of golf courses throughout Alabama.
I've heard of Robert Trent Jones.
Yeah, he's a golf course designer. So
yeah, but then you have to go to Alabama.
You have to go to Alabama. Barbecue,
Okay.
Maybe.
We were talking last week about like that, whether you call it a pilgrimage, midlife crisis,
sure,
whatever.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Kind of a, your solo trip. What would it be? And I had a buddy that he was talking to me last week, and he goes, hey, I'm catching up on the show, and I heard you guys talking about that. I won't say his name just in case his wife's listening, because he's still planning it out, but he goes, I thought of my pilgrimage.
Without her knowledge.
Yeah. He goes, I want to do my pilgrimage. He goes, I got my 40th coming up in a few years.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I think I'm going to finally pull the trigger for Padres fantasy camp. That's a great one. That is a once in a lifetime trip.
Perfect.
That is absolutely, that meets all the criteria. I go, start saving now.
Yep.
Makes it easier to be able to tell the wife.
Can he get in?
Not for like he's gonna wait to do it in a couple years. Do
okay.
it the year of his 40th.
Got it.
But I go, yeah, that's an absolutely like perfect. I go, be careful though. Most people,
Oh, you're in. Yeah.
they go once and then they re-up like the day we get home.
Yep.
They re-up for the next year. Like
they don't mess. They send you the text.
It's
Are
just-
you in for next year? And everyone's like, I am. We had an 85% return rate,
it's
maybe
just
higher.
I told him, I was like, I'm warning you. You think it's one and done, but like it just becomes a part of everyone's budget once they go. They're like, I have to now figure out this much money every year because I'm going.
It has
Rent,
been
food, gas, fantasy camp.
Yeah, it has been truly remarkable to think about the guys that have come once that we miss and love, and they're like, bro, I would love to come
by the
back.
way, I
Like,
get it.
I totally get it, right? But nah, that's good, man. Everybody should have one of those things to look forward to. So yes, when you go back to Bandon, I'll look forward to that, Greg, when I get the XL. Now, at that point,
You might not be an XL anymore.
I could be a double or I could be an L. You never know. I'd love to get down to an L. I wonder if I
haven't
could get
seen
down to
I don't
L
think
since I was probably 13 years old.
I know.
You're just too tall. You'll never I
Never
don't know
be
that
an
you
L?
could ever be L.
It's funny because I look at my height and weight, 6'1", 220, and then I see like in 1984, the NFL, they're like, this offensive lineman, 6'1", 220. Wait, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what's happening right now? So yeah. So I'm it's okay. I'll use it for, I can wear it around the house. I can hide kids under it if I want to. We can hide out our family if a robber if a robber breaks in. Yeah, Paulie, I'll stretch it over a few poles and we'll make a tent out of it. But yeah, there you go. So I can't wait for my birthday, which is coming up in July. I can't wait to see what I get then. Broken glasses or something, or Michael Jordan cologne, something. It's going to be great.
Self-admitted. I am not a good gift giver. Never been a good gift giver. It's not one of my strengths.
Maybe we just get to the point where you just Venmo me
I was
cash.
gonna say, I think we're just at like the cash.
You liked your
transactions.
Zin. I got you.
I
the
did.
Zin.
I
You
liked
liked
the
your
Zin.
Zin.
That was
a
now,
good one.
but I had made the switch to sixes, and these
I
threes.
got your threes,
It's
not
okay.
enough. I wasn't sure.
It's okay. It's okay. Every instinct,
Still messed it up.
every instinct you have, just remember,
wrong.
is the wrong one.
Yeah. If you think, they probably want the threes,
Get
we
the
want
sixes.
the sixes.
You're a big. It's a thought that counts, guy.
I really put some thought as I was sitting there because I didn't realize
I
I'd
know
have to
you
make a
did.
decision. And they said 3 or 6s, and I thought, I feel like I've heard them talk about how strong ones are,
Yes.
and that it's too strong for me, so they must go with the lesser ones.
Yep. Listen. You're always thinking.
Yeah.
You don't do anything willy nilly, and it's never done out of malice.
No.
That I do know. I know that about you. I've worked with people before that would be like, "Hey, I got you this because, I thought you put on a little weight, right?" Like mean malice in their heart, man. No, unsolicited it says I'm 6'1". Would have thought shorter. Is that my listed height? I think I'm 6'1". I have always said 6'1", but I'm happy to measure exactly what I am if we have a measuring tape. I think I'm 6'1".
Well, I mean, they'll need it for the ABS zone for next fantasy camp.
That's
when
true.
They add in the
God,
challenges.
Can you imagine? That would be so good. A bunch of morons out there tapping their helmet all week. But yeah, we can. We'll talk about the Padres game. We can also laugh at the Dodgers. That was pretty fun. Is Tony Vitello, in fact, the greatest manager of all time?
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Give him a 10-year contract.
Dodgers
right now.
kryptonite.
Keep him
Literally.
in San Francisco forever.
You know, Doc Roberts is gnawing at his hands back in his office, losing to that guy from Tennessee. 4 out of 5.
Isn't
that
this
right?
the greatest like scenario for us? Is like just Padre fans?
Yes,
Like
the last place Giants keep beating the first place
owns
Dodgers.
the Dodgers.
Yes.
Tony Vitello and the Giants own the Dodgers, and it's a complete and total S show everywhere else with the Giants.
Yeah,
it's so funny to me.
It's like the perfect scenario. So I turned the game on last night. I was like, oh yes, look at this. Look at these Jung Ho Lee off Trinan. I'm like, this is a beautiful thing. And they end up winning again and have taken the series too.
And
no, it's a 4-game set.
Then it's 4,
Yeah.
so they've got 2 more. But
earned a split at least.
Shohei Ohtani's not going to play in either of the last 2 because Dave Roberts said we need to give him couple of days off to get his swing right. Of course, he homers
last night.
yesterday.
And singles and walks.
Yes, but Dave said, well, we've already decided. So he's
no give backs.
We're no give backs. He's still going to be off the next couple of days, even though they finally got him going. And then now he's thinking, now I already said I'm giving him the next couple of days off. And he said, no, we're sticking with it.
Boy, that's a very...
Can you imagine, like, Craig Stammen says, Fernando Tatis, we're going to give you like 3 straight days off. And then he hits 3 home runs and he goes, I told him he was going to get the next 3. I can't really change it now. It's like, no, you put him back in the lineup. He's hot now. You can't take him out of the lineup.
I promised him I was going to give him the day off. Guess what, guys? You can change your mind if you want. You're a big league manager, but he's going to be off, I guess. I did not know that. But yeah, we can all laugh at the Dodgers today at least. And we didn't lose any ground. I mean, which is crazy. This is what it's been. But we also didn't gain any ground either for those glass half empty type.
It was a problem last year. You missed so many opportunities to gain ground or build a lead, which you did not do. And then in the end, of course, you were stuck in a wild card series on the road
because they're
against a really good Cubs team.
They're going to heat up. So they're going to heat up.
Do we also know the Padres are going to heat up?
No, that's the thing. Is like I cannot sit and guarantee it. The way these guys look right now, offensively, I can't guarantee that they will. I just can't. And the baseball card bit. Those numbers have been coming down for everybody over the last couple of years. Not bad, but they've been coming down. So is this where we are?
Oh, we will talk about it coming up. Get our Padres crap up highlights, lowlights of yesterday's 6-4 loss to the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers now hot. They've won 5 in a row, past the Padres in the standings in the National League with the win last night.
God, pesky.
They are pesky.
They're annoying. They're pesky and annoying and slappy and.
As they always are.
They always are.
We'll go through it all. We will set the menu for the Wednesday edition of Ben and Woods, Big League Wednesday. We will have Brett Boone joining the program. Tell you all about it coming up as we get started here with Ben Woods and Paul on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to tell you about my friends at Trajan Wealth. Talked about them for a while. I am a client, and they made retirement, tax, and estate planning easy to understand. I love that. No pressure, no jargon, just straight, honest guidance from fiduciaries who actually listen. Your plan may be different than my plan. They take that into account. Age, what your strategies are, where you live, the inflation, healthcare costs, they all factor it in. They want you to feel comfortable with your plan for retirement. Now I feel more confident, prepared, and relieved. So if you've ever thought, can my plan be better? You can find out, get a second opinion from Trajan Wealth. Just go online, TRAJANwealth.com. Set up a consultation right here in San Diego, local offices at Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar. Or you can give them a phone call, the new phone number, 1-855-TRAJAN1, 1-855-TRAJAN1. What are you missing out on? You may not know what you're missing out on, the fees you're paying. Just have them take a look at it, and they will give you some recommendations like they did for me. Again, go online to TrajanWealth.com. That's TRAJANwealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Been thinking since yesterday when Jesse Agler dropped the Slim Reaper nickname on Jacob Mizorowski, who the Padres are going to be facing tonight in Game 2 of their series against the Milwaukee Brewers. If you haven't noticed, he's throwing harder than ever.
Oh, yeah.
103 consistently in his last starts. It's like facing Mason Miller, except he's a starting pitcher and is going to try to go, 6 or 7 innings against you.
Yeah.
Not exactly the kind of pitcher a struggling offense wants to see coming, through the door or onto the mound tonight, but that's what the Padres are facing.
So on May 8th, MLB tweeted this out. Jacob Mizorowski threw 10 pitches in the first inning. 102.4, 103.0, 102.8, 102.7, 103.2, 103.3, 103.3, 103.5, 103.1, and 103.6. That's beyond comprehension, right? As a hitter, and you're going up just like I mean, they always say the big leaguers can time up a bullet. Okay. I really hope that we time up some of those bullets. I mean, it's going to be a tremendous challenge, one that, he's obviously beatable. He's been beaten before if he misses location. But it's really hard to go up there knowing that he's been pretty accurate this year, knowing he's going to throw you a fastball here, see if you can hit it, and be on time for that. Being on time for that has got to be just the most insane thing of all time.
New piece in The Athletic about Mizrowski this morning by Cody Stavenhagen. Was not considered like a huge prospect, was a JUCO guy at a small, tiny school in Missouri. Threw hard, but had no command, and then just kept throwing harder and harder. And extension, it's on top of you right away.
Yeah.
And just a quiet,
6'11" or something,
nerdy
too.
kid who likes Pokemon cards and was just, kind of the most unlikely potential pitching superstar in baseball. So that's what the Padres are going to be facing today. Speaking of Jesse, we will pay off his Incorporator word, Guy Trash,
Brilliant.
a spectral spirit that takes the form of an animal, coming up at 7 o'clock this morning. And it comes with the story we wanted to know about yesterday. Tony Gwynn Jr. and Mud Grant in the elevator at the haunted Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee. Yeah. So we'll get all of that for you at 7 o'clock. Yes.
Yeah.
7:20, we'll have Don't Do This. We've got a new Spygate scandal. Didn't have a new name for it, but totally different sport in a totally different country. We'll talk about that. At 7:35 on a Big League Wednesday, we will be joined by our Odyssey colleague, MLB insider Brett Boone. All guests on Ben & Woods appear on the SDCCU hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. As I mentioned yesterday, Boone been on fire this year. I think his appearances have been fantastic.
He's been unbelievable. And, you brought it up yesterday. The fact that, because Boone, like every player that's been retired for a few years, he even admitted, I found myself slipping into the old, not in my day, back in my day, and we would do it right? And then he gets in that clubhouse last year with the Texas Rangers, and he's working with the young kids again, and he's seeing these machines that they use and this data that they have, and now it's his job to convey that to them. And it's opened his eyes a ton. And I love that, man. I love that. Yeah. Not stuck in his ways anymore at all. I'm sure there's things about the game.
You can hear it in how he talks. There's still some of the old school red ass or whatever.
Which there should be. And that was his experience. So he's
more open than most from his generation.
No question he's more open than most. And I love that. And I think it's translated into incredible insight on this program.
He'll be joining us at 7:35. In our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play Take on Woods, try to qualify another Tier 1 for the trip to Las Vegas. We'll have our MLB reach around, look around the rest of the league. Paulie has some Rindle Report headlines in the 9 o'clock hour, including another foreign recruit for San Diego State, the third one.
Nice.
Coming to join the Aztecs.
Internationally this whole offseason.
Right.
We will give away some more Padres A's tickets for the upcoming homestand after the Padres return from their 6-game road trip. And look ahead more on tonight's matchup. It should be a great pitching matchup. Not only Miz, but Michael King going for the Padres. So you're hoping for one of those, 2-1 type wins that you can sneak one out and still have a chance to take the series with the day game tomorrow when the Padres will play some early baseball. So,
and there's an SDFC game tonight?
There is an SDFC game tonight against Austin FC at 6:30.
Okay.
So we'll have some soccer to talk about tomorrow morning as well. Still have not won a game. March 7th, I think, is their last MLS win.
Jesus.
It's now May 13th. So that's 2 months and 1 week
winless
since they have last won an MLS game. Would love to see it happen tonight because there's only, I think, 3 games left before the World Cup break.
Yep.
You don't want to go into the World Cup break on a 14-game winless streak.
That's right.
Got to get a couple of these at least going into the break.
Next 3 are at home.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, opportunities certainly at Snapdragon Stadium to start getting some wins. So lots to get to coming up on the program today. I also want to remind everybody, I did not mention it yesterday. I think you guys talked about it on Monday when I wasn't here. Mm-hmm. You can join the 3 of us at Park 101 in the Carlsbad Village this Saturday at 4 o'clock for food, baseball, and fun. We'll watch San Diego take on Seattle. Got an amazing outdoor space. You might remember we were there for one of our playoff viewing parties.
So good.
Last year, rooftop seating, TVs all over the place, serving Mexican candy shots and skinny margaritas made with Santo Tequila from our friend Sammy Hagar and Guy Fieri. Giving away a Mason Miller autographed baseball, tickets to see our hometown baseball team. Park 101, Carlsbad Village, this Saturday, 4 o'clock. We will see you out there.
I mean, Mason Miller autograph ball is well worth the trip out there.
I'd like to think we're well worth the trip.
I mean, we're fine, dude.
I mean, we have a lot of North
Mason Miller
County tier
bobblehead.
ones as well.
Yeah,
and
we
we
do.
saw it when we were up there for the playoff game.
It was amazing.
Totally different crowd than maybe if we had gone somewhere else, but it was good to see everybody. So you'll have another opportunity this Saturday at 4 o'clock to check it out. We'll watch
They
some
had-
baseball together.
Like insanely good food, if I remember.
It
was
was
very
really, really good. Yeah. And if you have like an old baseball card collection you just don't want, you can just bring that and I'll take it off your hands. Just FYI.
Meet you in the parking lot.
Yeah. Meet you in the parking lot. Today is happy.
There it was. Glory hole.
I would consider for the right collection, Paulie, the right lot. But today is the new Bowmans are being dropped today, Ben.
So there's certain days where like an album comes out. This is like the day
Like a
that
release
they
day.
release like the entire year's worth of cards. So this is the 2026 set
Yeah.
of Bowman.
Bowman. Oh my God.
Better be on my doorstep when I get home.
I can't believe it's already here. I cannot.
Did you
believe-
order? What did you
I
order?
didn't order anything. I'm just going to buy some.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
He
pre-ordered.
pre-ordered.
You pre-ordered.
Yeah.
What do you like a box?
Yeah, I got a box.
pack. Okay. But you don't know what's in the box. You don't get all of them.
It's baseball cards.
Baseball
right.
cards.
But you can't just say I'd like one complete set
No.
with all the special
We can't.
cards. and
You can
everything.
order a complete set.
But aren't there like one of ones and one of 10? You
Autos,
can't order all
autos,
those.
correct.
Yes. Those are still a surprise.
Eric says maybe if I bring a box of unopened cards I can sit next to it. You bring me a box of unopened cards, you can sit on my lap. We'll watch the whole game together. I'll hold you like a baby if you want. You just in my arm, I'll feed you. I'll feed you like a baby bird if you want. However, whatever you want to do. No, I can't wait for today when I get out of here. My wife doesn't know this, but it's happening. She probably does now. Today's a huge day for the hobbyists. I have really slipped, haven't I? I've really slipped in a lot of people's minds.
Carlos
the
says
pre-order comes into play where they opened it up about a month ago, and you have to buy them like within 5 minutes. They will sell out.
They'll go out.
But if you pre-order, they're supposed to, in theory, be out for delivery today. Like they show up the same day. But if not, you go to the card store. Now Woodsy's gonna have to pay about a 50% markup, which sucks.
It does.
But that's how they make
why
their
didn't
money.
you pre-order?
Because I didn't get in. And I forgot.
Okay, I see.
I tried and it was already done. Paulie's like, it's already done. I'm like, oh, all right, never mind.
All
They
right.
give you like a 5-minute warning, like an email comes in and they're like, hey, by the way, in 5 minutes,
5 minutes.
be prepared to drop, $300.
All right. That's a good business model if you can set it up.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, they have idiots like me out there that are like, yeah, here you go.
Domo Ryder says that Bowman is the lowest end cards go for Upper Deck much better. Yeah, in 1993 when they made baseball cards, Upper Deck was phenomenal, the best, but they don't make baseball cards anymore.
Haven't for a long time.
Bowman is the absolute top of the food chain as far as I'm concerned, and they're my favorite cards. So today is a huge, I can feel my skin tingling.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're very excited.
Things have changed.
I
around
want
here.
to address Carlos. Says, dang, Ben says, F all of us non-North County peasants. That's not what I'm saying. We've
No.
had many appearances in other parts of the
It's
county.
a little bit what he's saying.
Kind of what
This
you're
is
saying.
just this is one where if you don't want to make the drive down for some of our other appearances, you can meet us up in North County.
That's right. That's right.
Just because it works out well for us because we both live in Encinitas.
Yep.
I'm not saying that that's why we're doing it. We'll have other appearances and other viewing parties in other locations. I think we've got one possibly in Chula Vista.
We do.
Coming up, not
We
too
do.
not too far away.
Yep.
We'll
I don't
share
have the
dates as they come up. I don't have them yet, but we will move around a little bit. This one just happens to be in Carlsbad. All right, let's check traffic, and then we'll get to our Padres crap up, go through the 6-4 loss to the Brewers last night, coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Getting into San Diego, heading northbound on the 5, traffic is starting to slow down from the 54 to the 15. Heading northbound on the 805, traffic a bit sluggish and stretches from 43rd Street to the 8th.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer driving season's almost here. Stop by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check your tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car. No appointment needed. Visit SoCal Oil Change for coupons. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
Crap up.
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the pump and figure it out.
This game has got to come to an end.
1-2 in the air to deep left field. Laureano's going straight back. Still going back, looking up, going to go. Off the Johnsonville sausage side. In left field, Joey Ortiz has hit his first home run of the season. Brewers take a 1-0 lead in the third inning as the lights flash inside American Family Field. And Castellanos swings, lines it up the middle into center, a base hit. Bogarts has scored to tie it. Here comes Gavin Sheets. Mitchell's throw will go to second, and Nick Castellanos strikes again. A 2-run go-ahead single here in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swings at a ground ball through the left side. That's a base hit. Contreras will score. Bowers is on his way. Laureano will just kind of run it towards the infield. A 2-run go-ahead single for Sal Frelick. And the Brewers hop back on top. It's 3-2. Now Ortiz, the 9-hitter, goes after the first pitch. Sends it in the air deep to center. Merrill is back on the track. He'll make the catch. Mitchell tagging from third. He'll come in to score. And a sac fly that just missed being a grand slam makes it 4-2. There they go. The 3-2 pitch hit on the ground and just fair up the third baseline. Frelick grounding third. He's going to score. Hamilton's on his way. The relay is bobbled by Machado. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Terang into second. Two more coming to score, and it's 6-2. Andujar swings at the first pitch and hammers it deep down the left field line, way back and gone. A home run. Andujar cleaning up for the first time this year, hits his third homer of the season, and the Padres get one back. It's 6-3 here in the sixth. Andujar swings, lines it sharply into deep center field. Mitchell's racing straight back, reaches up over his shoulder. It glances off his glove and rolls back towards the infield. And Andujar into second as Tatis scores. It's 6-4, and the tying run will come to the plate. Down by 2 and down to his final out. First pitch swinging, a chopper to the right side. Backhanded at second by Terang. The throw to first is in time, and the ball game is over. Padres were able to bring the tying run to the plate in the ninth inning, but that's all they were able to do. And the Brewers ride the wave of that 5-run fourth inning to a 6-4 victory in Game 1 of this series.
What did you make of Matt's outing?
Not his best, Probably wish he had a few pitches back, but there's also a lot of, not great contact on a few plays that hit some holes and, got those guys running the base a little bit and created a little bit of havoc. But, I know he expects better out of himself. He'll be better the next time out.
Kind of early to say where this leaves him moving forward. I know there's some maybe potential for an addition to your rotation now. I mean, what does that mean for Matt?
Yeah, that's definitely early to talk about that. I think we love Matt. We love having him on our team. He's an integral part of our roster. So, just one bad outing doesn't change a whole lot of how we feel about him.
No, but the imminent activation of Lucas Giolito may change his status on the roster. Could have been the final time we see Matt Waldron in a Padres uniform, depending on whether they make that move and he gets claimed. And if it is, not a great final memory in Matt Waldron's Padres career.
No, I mean, look, if they gave out Cy Young awards for nice guys, he'd win one, right? Like, he's a super nice guy. You feel for him, certainly, but with reserves waiting in the wings that are probably better suited for what you're looking for in 2026 from your starting pitcher.
Well, I think 2026 and beyond, let's be honest, is there, I don't know that there's much of a future for Matt Waldron here in this rotation.
I don't know, man.
Be wrong, but
I just,
I haven't seen it.
The knuckleball, what did he throw it last night?
Three.
Through three.
Just three. And the explanation was basically The Brewers weren't swinging at it. He wasn't commanding it.
Well,
So
okay, they weren't swinging at it, but you only threw 3.
Yeah.
That's the sample size.
Yeah.
We think of him as a knuckleballer, but he threw 3 knuckleballs more than Michael King throws in his outings.
That's right. And he threw 3 more knuckleballs than the Sproat goat last night.
Well, he doesn't have bad stuff. He doesn't have good enough stuff to rely on it without the knuckleball.
Correct.
So the results were not that surprising.
Talk about, it's like hitting your first drive off the tee and being like, well, I topped it, so I'm done for the day. Like, I'm obviously not going to finish 18 holes. Like, I don't know, man. I think you have to pitch to your strengths, and maybe he didn't have a feel for it. He just didn't have a feel for it, which is unfortunate.
That was part of it.
But, listen, I do think that he is absolutely the move, right? You don't mess around with anything else. He's the move. Giolito comes up, and you DFA Matt Waldron, and if somebody puts a claim on him, you tip your cat and say, thanks for the memories. And if they don't, then if he'll accept an assignment, he's there.
He remains depth if you need it at some point to make a start and eat some innings.
Correct.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Because you will need those guys. You do need
of course,
those guys.
You needed him already.
Now,
and you will probably need him again if he's still in the organization.
If our offense, ever decided to break out and had a 15-run game, who better than a guy like Matt Waldron to come in and throw 4 or 5 innings in a blowout, either one way or the other? You do need guys that are able to do that. And I don't know, Ben, like, if you're AJ Preller, Josh Stein, and you hit the submit button on the DFA, are you nervous that somebody's going to snatch him up? Are you? Like, you really like, oh, no, you can't afford to lose him? I don't think you are. And again, not a personality thing. Great Padre, great human being. But, with Giolito coming, I think it's a no-brainer.
It rarely is personality related.
Of course.
It's always,
production.
Results.
That's right.
For the second straight time, Bradley Rodriguez opened the game for Matt Waldron and did so effectively.
Maybe we make him into a starter.
He's thrown 18 pitches. He's recorded 6 outs.
Yeah.
He's done really well, but this is the flip side of the coin. When you don't win, then you feel like you've used one of your higher leverage relievers in a losing cause early in the game when you didn't know what was going to happen after that. I think Craig Stanman was right. Matt Waldron also got a little unlucky and created some of his own bad luck. Gave up the home run to Ortiz. You were told me someone who had been homerless all season was going to go deep in this game. I would have hoped it was Fernando Tatis Jr. Turned out to be Joey Ortiz, the 9-hitter for the Brewers, who got his first in, I think, 85 at-bats last night. Matt Waldron gives up home runs. That's what he does. I think he set a new record. 13th straight outing, broke Ian Kennedy's franchise record of 12 straight outings, allowing a home run. But it was really, obviously, the 4th inning that did him in. And while there was hard contact early, the Frelick single, just a seeing eye 43 hopper, to a vacated left side of the infield. But what really killed Matt Waldron was not getting it out on the bunt that came after that.
True.
That would have been a second out, would have meant the sac fly was the end of the inning. Instead, it scored a run and kept it going for Terang, who got 2 more. You get out of that inning down 3-2. I like the Padres' chances to come back and win.
Me too.
Whether it's 4-3 or what happens, I don't know, but I like the Padres' chances. When it's down 6-1 or 6-2, I don't love any team's chances in that situation. So even though they fought, it was just too far to come back from. So you've got to make that out. I know some people were mad at Manny not covering third when Matt Waldron was looking back there, getting back in time. Manny was just like, dude, that's an easy decision. You go first, you get the second out in that situation. Doesn't matter that the runner's on third.
Nobody
can't
out.
Score on an out right from third. So let's get the out for sure.
Yeah, dude.
No reason to risk it. And tried point right away. First.
Yeah.
Matt Waldron was too late. That was on Matt Waldron there. And that ultimately may have been what killed his outing and possibly his Padres career there.
Yeah, we'll see how it shapes out. Excuse me, certainly for
and he
Matt
could have
Waldron,
thrown 5 shutout innings. He may still have been the guy who got DFA'd, for Lucas Giolito at the end of the week. So, Wander Peralta, Yuki Matsui did their jobs, not insanely impressively looking, but that's what you need long relievers to do. Pitch 4 1/3 innings of shutout ball, gave the Padres at least a chance to come back in that game. They did not, just not enough offensively. There was some, Miguel Andujar continues to produce. He had the home run and the RBI double. Outside of him, though, just wasn't a lot there, right? Castellanos, the very clutch single. 2 clutch at-bats in about 3 appearances going back to Sunday for Nick Castellanos. But we can talk all we want about Fernando Tatis Jr. struggling, Manny Machado is struggling, Jackson Merrill went back to an 0 for 5. Laureano's the
dying.
one for me.
He's
like,
dying.
he was so good.
He was so locked in.
And he is now so cold. And, I mean, they've moved him down in the order to 8th. He's not doing anything. Another 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts for Ramon Laureano.
Bunch of Ks, man.
Yeah.
Bunch of Ks.
It's just he's in the torture chain. You get him going, it feels like everyone else will follow, but he's kind of, he's a lot of energy on this team. And when he looks lost, it feels like everybody kind of looks lost for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, it's tough, man. He is dying right now, man. Dying. And he fits in with the most of the lineup right now.
So Padres now in a tough situation where they've got a really good pitcher that they have to face tonight, a hot team, the Milwaukee Brewers, who have won 5 in a row, and you've got a long road trip still facing you. You got to fly to Seattle after this. This is where we see what kind of fortitude the Padres can display on the road. They haven't lost a road series all season.
No, that'd be sick.
Got to win the next 2
today.
So tough job for Michael King tonight. We will talk about it. We will pay off the Incorporator with Jesse Agler, how he got his word guy trash into the broadcast last night. Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. Ben Woods, hour number 2, coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan. Tell you, there was one thing that made me smile during yesterday's game. You might have missed it since you were coaching Little League and you only watched the condensed version, because rarely do Mound visits make the condensed version of the game.
11 minutes, man, in and out.
Yeah,
you watch the whole.
It's
really tough to beat
nice
in a pinch.
Service.
Yeah.
It is a nice little service.
Yeah, it's great.
And not very few people get to watch all 162 games in their entirety.
I mean, if I didn't have kids, I would, obviously, but it just to be able to come in and watch that in 11 or 12 minutes is fantastic. You get the good gist.
But you did not get to see any mound visits from the Padres pitching coach, who was not Ruben Niebla yesterday. Ben Fritz served as the pitching coach and will do so again today.
When I saw Fritzy walking out there, what the hell is going on?
Let's go. How come?
Ruben's dealing with a family matter for the next couple of days, undisclosed, but they said he will be back. But until then, Ben Fritz gets the upgrade from bullpen coach to sitting in the dugout and walking out to the mound. And always makes me smile. Ben doesn't see me without getting. I get a big hug every time I see him, which
Love
is
that, man.
One person now I look forward to hugging.
So now who runs the bullpen, or is it just like Lord of the Flies?
Oh, they said Lord of the Flies. I think they said maybe AJ Ellis was jumping in there.
That's
the
sick.
Special assistant was going in there. I think they may have said that. Just to fill in for Ben Fritz.
He's
while
like,
he's
you
in
guys
the
just
dugout.
figure it out there.
He's like, I'm going to the big show, dude. I'm going to be out in the dugout, eating all the good gum.
He's like, you guys know what you're doing.
I love it. I love Fritzy so much, man. So much. What a great, great human being he is. And I hope he's here forever. I don't think he will be. I really don't.
This is a preview of things to come for Ben Fritz, likely. But while he's here, let's enjoy it.
Whether it's pitching coach or skipper or associate.
His history. Wasn't he a minor league? He was a coach for the Padres, like a manager for the Padres.
I think he has served as a low minor league manager for the Padres.
I wonder
as well.
if that is like, obviously you want to get to the show and stay in the show, but I do wonder if he has bigger aspirations, whether it's pitching coach or manager.
Of course.
Yeah. Arizona League Padres was a coach and a manager of the Tri-City Dust Devils in 2016 and 2017, served as the rehabilitation coordinator at the Arizona complex, and then became bullpen coach following the 2019 season.
He's the best.
He's the best. Love that dude.
Yeah.
Keep him around because, I mean, that he could be your next skipper at some point. You know what I mean? Honestly, he's one of those guys that could do it in his sleep, I think. Really, I think he'd be great at it. Such a baseball man.
So keep an eye out for that again today. He's scheduled to serve as pitching coach, I believe, for game 2 of the series as well. All right, we did task Jesse Agler with his Incorporator word when he made his Tuesday appearance yesterday. Paulie, if you could remind everybody of what word we gave him. Woods has come up with a G word for you today. Something that appeared, you said, in Jane Eyre?
Yeah, it's in Jane Eyre, and I made the joke. Wow. I bet Jesse's not only read Jane Eyre, he probably has a copy of Bronte's 1847 novel Jane Eyre in his backpack right now. So if you read Jane Eyre, this should be no problem for you.
Guy trash.
Guy trash. I'd never heard this word before in my life. Guy trash.
Guy trash.
And it's a funny word. And it's easy, easy one. It's not hard to say, but guy trash.
Gytrash.
Yeah, guy trash. A legendary shape-shifting spectral creature from Northern English folklore, often described as a large black dog, horse, or mule with glowing eyes that haunts lonely roads. Guy trash.
Okay.
Be very scary if you saw one.
Oh, my God.
Glowing eyes.
Oh, my God.
On
I feel
a dark
like
country road.
Yeah.
my dog looks like one like at night. If I wake up in the middle of the night and she's like perks up with her ears, I'm like, that's a ghost dog. That's a demon
that's
dog.
A guy, that's guy trash right
trash.
there. Yeah.
So I don't know if this is by design or not with Jesse Agler. I think at least 2 other times this year, we've already said this might be the longest payoff for the Incorporator, and it's always worth it. This one, I think, is now the new record for the longest Incorporator setup, but I think every second was worth it. And if this is part of Jesse's plan moving forward to kind of stretch it out a little bit over more of the inning, I kind of like it.
And remember, we asked Jesse if he had heard the story of Tony Gwynn Jr. and mud in the elevator at the hotel.
We knew there was a story, but we hadn't heard the story.
It all kind of tied in here for us today.
1-1, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Have you ever experienced anything supernatural at this hotel?
I guess not until last night, or the first day we walked in. And Mark Grant is my witnesses. We got on the elevator. You have to put your key up to the little sensor so you can get to your floor. I did it, and right as I hit floor 10, 17 lit up.
Whoa.
And he was looking right at it as I was.
So the ghost wanted to go up higher.
Okay, I don't know what was on 17, but that's where he was trying to get us to go to.
Swing and a miss as Contreras loses the bat all the way to the Padre dugout. Strike 3. 2 down at the bottom of the 7th inning.
And so I turned to Bud. I said, "Did you see that?" And of course, Bud, he doesn't believe in anything. So he was basically like, must be some wires crossed.
Faulty wire, yeah, of course.
I said, okay, that's fine.
I've never had the pleasure, the excitement of experiencing anything. So I did some ghost research today.
By the way, I had neither until that moment in time.
You're calling it ghost.
I'm calling it ghost.
You're going ghost. Okay. Bowers.
I've heard it so much since I've been, whether I was in the Brewers organization and after, but it's got to be a ghost.
6-3 Brewers, 2 outs, nobody on. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Bowers 1 out of 2 with a single, a walk, a run scored. He's also grounded into a double play. The 0-1 from Yuki is low. So there's actually different kinds of ghosts, and I'm curious which ones reside in our hotel. The Wraith is an apparition of someone who is just passed. The Guy Trash is a ghost that takes the shape of an animal. So bark at the park here tonight. Maybe that's who went to the 17th floor. Ground ball to third. That's a fair ball. Manny was pulled towards short.
Nailed it, as he always does.
Very nice. And we got the story about the crossed wires, or perhaps the ghost at the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee that took Mud and Tony Gwynn Jr. up to the 17th floor.
Pretty weird to go in and hit 10 and 17 lights up. You're like, oh, I didn't, especially there, right? I mean,
Right.
It would give you,
Oh my god!
it would give you
yeah.
pause. Even you, right?
That
It
would
would give you pause
a little bit.
A
That'd
little
give
bit.
me pause at the Cosmopolitan in Vegas.
Yes, if
it
that
would
happened.
absolutely give me pause
At
at the
the
Pfister,
Pfister.
the haunted hotel.
Now that I've been stuck in an elevator for 20 minutes or so, any elevator malfunction, supernatural or not, is
Yeah.
going to give me some pause.
I remember that.
Ugh.
Yeah, that was tough.
I thought it was interesting how Tony Gwynn Jr. said, Mud, he doesn't believe in anything. I guess supernatural is what he
supernatural,
meant.
yeah.
He's not a believer. He's kind of like me.
I was
He's a
gonna say,
skeptic.
like you, yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
he's a
skeptic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm skeptical about a lot of things, like Padres offense coming around, but I believe in things like that, and I think there's just, like Tony said, there's just too much evidence over the years of that. And he played for the Brewers, and everybody kind of knows it. Great advantage for the Brewers, by the way.
No kidding.
Get the other teams in a haunted hotel, domed out of their minds, ready to get out of town.
No sleep.
They don't care if they win or lose. Clothes moving around, TVs turning on and off. Maybe it's some big elaborate hoax that they've been doing for years, but it's a good idea. You've heard many times about guys traveling. The opposing hotel poisons their food, gets them all food poisoning. I saw one recently about Kobe Bryant. That happened to him. Of course, Michael Jordan and that pizza. We all know that story in Utah. So you never know.
We could start spreading rumors that the Omni next to Petco Park is haunted. I just don't. It doesn't strike me as like the haunted type hotel with the nice pool, and the views, and modern and new. It just doesn't fit the mold of haunted hotels.
I'm with you.
At some point, the newer hotels are going to have to get haunted as well. They can't just be the old hotels.
I know.
I can't remember. Have you ever had any sort of unexplainable paranormal experience?
I can't say that I have, and if I've had some weird dreams, like where it was so real. Like I had one when my grandfather died that he was sitting on the edge of my bed, right? And I woke up and was like, that felt really real.
That's crazy.
And then the guy that I worked with at the time, I told him that it was a sweet moment. He said, "Oh, sorry, Woodsy, that was a demon." I said, "Cool, man. Thanks for crapping all over my memory of my late grandfather, who I miss very much." No, that's what demons do. Oh, okay, because idiot.
You were thinking he was just there to say goodbye one last time.
Visit me?
Yeah.
It was a demon.
Mm-hmm. That's sad.
Yeah, there it was. And now it's like, hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Very cool. Thank you. What a gem. But no, I can't. I mean, I've been creeped out before. Like
I had one in college, worked at a restaurant, and there was one other person there, and we were closing it up. And there had been, everyone said, "Oh, when you're training there or whatever," they're like, "Hey, be careful, it's haunted here."
Really? What?
Like,
where was this?
Woodstocks.
Oh, really?
And they're like, "Yeah, be careful, it's haunted here. It's haunted. The ghost of Woodstocks."
Place.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. And then sure enough, I swear to God, like on my life, this happened one night about a year in. I'm working there and we're closing it up. It's like 12:15, getting out of there. And there's the walk-in, the giant walk-in heavy freezer door. Across from that, in this narrow hallway, across from the door was a cork board that, you know, bulletins and announcements and stuff. And as I walked past the cork board and the walk-in freezer to go out the back door, there was probably a 5-foot gap between me and my buddy. As I passed the cork board, every push pin in the cork board shot off of the cork board across the walkway.
See, that can't happen.
And hit the front of the walk-in fridge, and they all fell to the floor.
That can't happen.
Like 6 or 7 push pins launched out from the cork board, bounced off of the walk-in door and down onto the floor. And I heard it, and I turned around, and my buddy's face was completely blank. Like, oh my! Like, if I had walked slower or he had walked faster, would those have hit us? I don't know. I think about it all the time.
What's your explanation?
Haunted OSHA regulations and California minimum wage standards.
Yes,
bro. Like, I remember I was talking to somebody years later, like a couple years later, and I'm like, this happened one time.
Yeah,
and I don't believe
I agree
you.
with Chris. Plumbing issue. Something in the walls.
walls
Surged behind the cork board,
I remember
causing
this girl had no.
it to
She's
push
like,
out for a moment.
She goes, "There's no chance that happened." And I go, "Watch this." And I like went over to the guy was there that same day, and I go, "Do you remember?" He goes, "I think about it
every day."
He knew exactly what I was referencing.
It's creepy, man.
It was crazy.
We've got ours is right around the corner by the bathroom. There, our cork board with all the regulations,
Yeah,
so
dude.
we can see if it's haunted at any point.
It's really
when we go out there.
there's no logical explanation for that. None, not in my opinion. What a pipe swelled, and everything shot out at the same time.
Something like that.
Ugh.
That's
If there,
creepy.
like, I wouldn't tell that story if there wasn't somebody else there.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
see it. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Nobody
I'm
would
like,
believe you.
You would never believe it.
It's like
but
getting a hole in one when your
by
buddies aren't
yourself.
around. Sure you did, bud. Yeah. Enjoy your hole in one, pal. Enjoy it. That's great.
A little baseball news reported yesterday by Jeff Passan, and I don't think it's necessarily good news, but they did hold the first collective bargaining session yesterday between the players' union and the owners in what is expected to be a very long process. The CBA, of course, expires December 1st at the end of the season. There's no urgency right now to get the deal done, but they are going to start talking. Reportedly, the first session was simply for both sides to kind of lay out their initial thoughts and what they're looking to achieve during the collective bargaining agreement. They're expected to be a wide range apart on most issues, as most of these negotiations are at the starting point. What you'll really want to keep an eye out is, are they going to keep, meeting regularly, making progress, or will they do this and then, nothing for like weeks and weeks and weeks while they kind of retrench and wait out the other side? And then we can start worrying when the season ends about the lockout and how long it's going to stretch into. But they did have their first collective bargaining session, or are currently having their first collective bargaining session between the players' union and the owners.
I wonder, like for Crony, who's like their representative, he's pretty high up there, so he's on the IL right now. Is he on those calls? Is he?
I would
there?
think not.
No?
I would think that
This is representatives.
they've hired the people who are there,
Got
who
it.
will then
They are middleman.
probably brief them at the end of the day as to what was said and what, if any, progress was made, strategies going forward based on what we heard from the other side. And I'm sure he will be on regular calls about things like that, but I don't think they sit in specifically on each session or negotiation. That's for the lawyers that you hire to do that, the employees of the unions that you hire, and then they keep you updated on what's going on.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I guess some conversation is better than none, except you could have the conversation. Ben, that you look and go, there's such a chasm between the two sides. This is pointless and fruitless, and see you guys in the lockout. I mean, really, you could, it doesn't mean they're in there plotting and, okay, well, let's check this point off. We agree. Like, this could be the start of
I'm
worst-case scenario.
not anticipating that this leads to anything good in any time soon.
Yeah.
But it was reported that they met.
Okay.
So just
good.
thought we'd pass that along since it is a story. We will probably be, unfortunately, obsessed with this winter once the baseball season is over.
Indeed, unfortunately.
All right, let's get to Don't Do This is coming up next. I mentioned the newest Spygate scandal that's coming out of England with soccer, Championship League soccer, right below the English Premier League.
Yeah, and the Giants have been silenced by someone.
Oh.
We don't know who.
Okay, we'll find out. Coming up next with Ben and Woods after a check of traffic on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
What is 7 Mile Casino? You're probably asking.
Are you asking that? If you listen to this show?
7 Mile Casino, thank you for asking, is a card room. It's located right off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. What makes this card room special? Well, you'll find out when you walk in. I did. When I walked in for the first time, wasn't expecting anything special. I was surprised. It felt like a special place. If you know cards, if you like playing cards, I dare you to walk in and not be impressed with what they've set up there at 7 Mile Casino.
Yeah, you absolutely will be, my friend. You will sit down, play some California-style blackjack, some Texas Hold'em, some Pai Gow, and, of course, some Baccarat as well. Right when you walk in the door, you'll be greeted right there, smack dab when you walk in, California-style blackjack table. Sit down, have some lunch, play some cards. You can get in and out, man, and it's 7 minutes away from downtown.
24/7 option, not just for cards, but food as well. Sammy's at 7 Mile. In addition to the regular menus, the pizzas and the salads, they've got the 24/7 players menu. Fantastic. Get the Kung Pao chicken. It is excellent. Get a messy sundae for dessert. Enjoy it on the patio. Enjoy it in the bar. Have a cocktail. Watch TVs. So much to do. So much fun to be had at 7 Mile Casino. It's our place. Make it yours. Just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got Brett Boone scheduled to join us in just about 10 minutes on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it is better. But first, DDT, 3 stories. Woods, you get to go first.
So the San Francisco Giants have beaten the Dodgers 2 games in a row, but there's been vastly different celebrations after the game. Don't know if you guys saw the celebration on Monday night. So they win, and it's Drew Gilbert, Jung-Ho Lee, and Harrison Bader. After the win, the 9-3 victory, they meet in center field, and they all hug, and then they start banging their wieners against each other. I mean, there's just no other.
They're moshing, but man,
those guys are. That's they're intercourse adjacent.
They're really not even trying to hide it.
They're not trying to hide it. They're not being seductive, or they're just getting right to. I mean.
They look happy, though.
They look very happy.
They look happy.
He beat the Dodgers, but Drew Gilbert especially, oh, my God. Jung-Ho Lee looked a little uncomfortable. Harrison Bader and Drew Gilbert did not, in the slightest, look uncomfortable. So they did it, and everyone laughed, and it made the rounds on social media. Well, then last night they beat the Dodgers, and you see these 3 get together, except Heliot Ramos was out there instead. So then they just line up, put the cap over their heart, and bow, and that's it.
Very respectful.
No more. Yes, the most extreme. And it has come out that someone asked them not to do the thrust and, of course, adjacent celebration. And I don't know who it was, but Andrew Baggerly said a message has been relayed to the Giants players asking them not to do this celebration anymore. So
the second video that we just played of the outfielders bowing last night, that video came from the official Giants social media handle.
Okay.
I don't know if they post every single time that the outfielders, after every win, if they posted every single time, or if they singled that one out to be like, hey, look at the new celebration.
Yes, check out it. Now, did it come from upstairs like Buster Posey? Was he like, hey, what are we doing? Right?
You didn't see me doing that with Mad Bum at the end of games.
Did you see Mad Bum just
get over here?
Get over here. Did it come from above?
I don't think Buster Posey, like if the Padres did that, I don't think that would have been AJ Preller's call. Whether or not they should do that, I don't think he would care at all. But I can see somebody else in the Giants brass.
Is it higher up? Is it
President
Rob Manfred? That's like, hey. Now, if I'm the Giants, I'm pitching a small fit because the Dodgers are allowed to do that one where, guy gets on his knees, everybody circles around him, and they spray water bottles into his face as he's on his knees. Now, we all know what the term for that is. I don't think I can say it on the radio.
I don't think you can even.
Schmashmaki is what it rhymes with. So if I'm the Giants, I'm like, so that one's okay. They can simulate that, but I can't gently rub my cup against my teammate's cup. What kind of world are we living? They get everything. The Dodgers get every single advantage. They're allowed to do any celebration they want.
If we had a good show, there's three of us, and we did that celebration, would Adam nix it?
No, he'd make us post it and send it viral. You know that.
All right, I will move on to the English soccer world for story number 2. They're calling it Spygate, which seems dumb since we already had a whole sports Spygate scandal, and gate is more of an American thing, so I have no idea why they're adding it to English soccer controversies, but you'll kind of get the gist when you hear what happened. So the Championship League, which is the league right below the Premier League, they reached the playoff stage. Last 4 teams trying to vie for promotion. Huge stakes coming up. And Southampton has been charged by the Football League for spying on upcoming playoff opponent Middlesbrough. A man, allegedly a Southampton performance analyst, was caught on closed-circuit TV at the Middlesbrough training ground, was accused of recording training sessions, capturing behind-the-scenes insight into the team's tactical setup.
Sure.
Now, they confronted him. They spotted him. They confronted him. He denied the accusations, appeared to delete something off his phone, ran into a bathroom to change clothes, and quickly fled the scene. So totally not guilty behavior.
Yeah. Nothing suspicious about that at all. Not
by
even
the
a little.
Southampton performance analyst and employee. And now, all of a sudden, the rest of the league is starting to ask questions because starting in January, Southampton went on a 19-game unbeaten run to climb into 5th place and seal a playoff spot. Why this is even a bigger deal is the team that finished the first out of the playoff spot, just 2 points out, couldn't get in, Wrexham.
Wow.
Didn't make the playoffs, and Southampton did, and all the teams are going, they all seemed ready for all of our surprises that we had, our tactical changes that we were going to unleash on them. They were ready for all of them in the second half of the season.
Wow.
So now every team is suspicious that they've been spied on all season long, and that's why Southampton climbed their way into the playoffs.
I love the idea of the guy getting caught and be like, no, it's not me, and deleting something from his phone. I've got to run to the loo real quick, and he runs in and changes and then leaves. I think that's a fascinating visual. But yeah, that's no good, right?
Very suspicious, to be sure.
So what are they going to – is there any –
I haven't seen what the consequence is. They're looking into the situation. They're hoping the investigation will be concluded before the final, and they could be sanctioned or,
vacate
prevented
wins
from
or
promotion.
anything?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
man.
obviously the playoffs have already happened. You can't change a lot of the
That's
results that are happening. So, yeah, I mean, the New England Patriots trendsetters, apparently.
I think you guys will like this do this today.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
I was scrolling Twitter and saw this story from Jeff Francoeur, and he was talking about former Braves outfielder Jeff Francoeur was talking about Bobby Cox. They were doing some remembrances. He was talking to Tim Kirkjian, and they asked him to tell a Bobby Cox story. Ben, I think you will really get a kick out of this.
Tell us what it was like playing with Tiger Woods. You are a world-class athlete. What was it like playing with arguably the greatest player of all time?
I'll tell you, I've never actually told this story on anything, and I think this will be the greatest story I tell was, I got a chance to play with him a couple times. I was 22 years old, and it was incredible. I grew up my whole life watching this guy, and I'll never forget pulling into Isleworth the first time and seeing him on the range, and it was probably the most surreal moment of my life. I've been lucky enough. I've met President Bush, President Obama. I was not nearly as starstruck as I was when I met Tiger Woods for the first time. But what the coolest Bobby Cox story is, guys, is Bobby during spring training loved us to play golf, loved this. We were playing the Yankees at 1 o'clock on a day game, and I was 22 years old. I had been playing for 3 months as a starter. I was not going to go up to Bobby and be like, hey, I need the day off, right? But he comes out to stretch and goes, Smoltzy said you had a chance to play with Tiger today. There was a 150 tee time. And I'm like, Bobby, I'm fine. Like, I'm playing today. He goes, no, I'll make you a deal.
Dude.
He said, after your first at bat today, run through first base and kind of rub your ankle a little bit like you hurt your ankle.
Oh, my God.
And he's like, in 2 days, we're going to Bradenton. And you know, Tim, you have to have whatever 3 starters make a road trip.
Sure.
And he's like, I hate Bradenton's infield. I don't want to get any of the guys hurt. So if you go to Bradenton, I'll let you go play with Tiger today. So sure enough, man, we're playing the Yankees, 13,000 people in Orlando. I ground out the first at bat. I run through first and I start, rubbing my ankle. And, Bobby, he waddles out there with his cleats. And he checks on me. I run inside. I literally throw my golf clothes on. I didn't shower. I get to the golf course, and they're on the first fairway. So I hit my tee shot. We end up playing 27 holes. And about 4:30, my wife sends me a little thing that there was an update that said Francoeur day-to-day with a high ankle sprain. And I'm out there playing hours with Tiger. So the best part is the next day, I didn't even have to do anything. I came in, iced my ankle and all that. And Bob.
So
that is outstanding.
His own manager was like, bro, you can't. He's 22. His own manager was
That's
like,
a good manager.
I feel
right
like
there.
you got to go.
The pressure to make contact so you could run something out and
run it
injure
out to hurt
yourself.
yourself.
If I strike out, it's really going to look suspicious.
No,
Yeah,
you strike out and then you tweak your oblique. Oh, man. Ow.
What a fantastic story that was.
That's so good.
And I love it. He's the deal, right? Of like, hey, man, I'm going to let you do this. You got to get on the bus. You got to go to Bradenton. You're going to have to go to Bradenton.
Chipper ain't going.
Yeah,
so.
You're going to have to be one of those guys that goes to Bradenton, which is a long bus ride. And I know it sucks, but do you want to play golf with Tiger Woods? What manager would do that? I think that is just the coolest thing.
And you're like, look, how much does this one spring training game really matter in the grand scheme of things?
You get to play with
this
Tiger
kid's gonna
Woods.
remember this for the rest of his life.
Oh, and by the way, what will Jeff Francoeur do for Bobby Cox after that move?
Yeah.
He'll run through a wall. He will kill in Maine
Go to Bradenton for him.
Go
That's
to Bradenton.
for sure.
Yeah.
Former Padre Jeff Francoeur, 2014 season. He actually hit the first home run in El Paso, Chihuahua's history when he started the season in the minors that year. They call him Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Yeah, that was good. Good story.
Fantastic.
And that's don't and do this for it Wednesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
I wonder if Brett Boone has heard that one. That was amazing.
I bet he's got some Bobby Cox
our
stories.
MLB insider, Odyssey insider, will join us coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just
don't.
a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Yeah, that was a pretty amazing story by Jeff Francoeur about Bobby Cox.
Oh, I loved it, man. Loved it.
Sure, our next guest has had a few Bobby Cox stories from his Major League playing career. We're going to check traffic, and then we'll be joined by Odyssey MLB insider Brett Boone. Coming up next, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. It's Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
In San Diego, the 805 northbound slow between the 54 and the 94, then sluggish all the way to the 52. The 5 northbound, that's slow from the 54 to the 15, then sluggish to the 163.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
And we are joined right now by Odyssey MLB insider Brett Boone. Brett, the host of the Brett Boone podcast, featuring the most notable names in MLB and around sports every week. Insider calls presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Was I right? You got any Bobby Cox stories, Brett Boone?
Bobby Cox. Yeah, Bobby, good, obviously. He's known, the Braves of the 90s, that run they had. Just the kind of the consummate, just kind of leader. I remember coming to, I played in Atlanta one year in 1999. I remember coming over from the Cincinnati Reds, and it was very unique. It was the first time I walked into a clubhouse, and I've never seen a team already. It wasn't a matter of we can have a good year. Well, probably. But I've never had a more confident clubhouses. Well, it's not a matter of whether we're going to win the division, whether we're going to go to the postseason. Is this the year we're going to win another World Series? And I remember Bobby addressing us all with, there was a couple new guys in the room. There was Brian Jordan, myself, and a few other guys. And I remember him addressing us outside of the group and saying, yeah, for the new guys here, Boone, Jordan, he goes, I roll out a lineup. We pummel our opponent. We win 100+ games and we go to the postseason and we expect to win the World Series. And I'd come from a couple good red teams, 94, 95. We went wire to wire, got beat in the postseason. But for the first time, I felt it's not a matter of whether we're going. And that year we went to the World Series, got beat by the Yankees, but it was just a different atmosphere. It was a culture of we're going to win, and we're going to win every single year, and they did. Amazing looking back at those Braves teams in the 90s. They only won one World Series with the Maddox, Smoltz, Glavine, Chipper, Andrew, and it seemed like they were the team that every year they'd kind of tweak and they'd get the part they needed to go with that core. Bobby, kind of quiet guy, didn't say much, but well-respected, hell of a career, Hall of Famer. And, we lost a good one in Bobby Cox. So rest in peace. And he lived a pretty darn good life and made a lot of people smile. I know the core group there, the Smoltzes of the world and those guys, they just loved Bobby. Kind of probably the way I loved a Lou Piniella or a Bruce Bochy, even though I had him for only 1 year and then coached under him. But it was that type of respect and kind of admiration for him.
He always seemed grouchy. You know, like when you look at him, you're like, bro, you're coaching a baseball game. Relax. Like, what are you so grumpy about?
That wasn't. He wasn't grumpy. He wasn't. He was kind of almost socially awkward. Like, hey, Bob, how you doing? Hey, Booty, how you doing? There wasn't much chit chat. No, he was rarely grumpy. That was just kind of his look.
Just the look he had. All right, yeah.
Just the look.
Ben's
just
also very socially awkward.
We all got a look, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We do.
So, Brett, let me ask you: what have you ever done, superstitious-wise or other, to break out of a slump? Story about Cal Raleigh showering in his full uniform after going 0 for 38, and he broke the skid. Then,
what was your worst slump?
Yeah, do you remember? And
you ever have an 0 for 38?
I know it wasn't 0 for 38. And I'll tell you what, check the bubblegum card, 96, 97. There were some lean times in my life. There were some questioning my existence under the bleachers after some games. This game will give you some humble pie, believe me. I had some great times and some unbelievable success, and I'll tell you, I've had some tough times. And the tough times prepare you for the great times. They really do. Because you know what it is being down there thinking if you're ever going to get another hit again. I did some crazy things. I would do anything, probably a lot I can't really share on the radio, but I would do pretty much, the thong thing, the naked, whatever I need to do, I will do. That's how ball players are. And Cal, just another one coming off 60 homers. Expectations in Seattle couldn't be higher, and he couldn't get off to a worse start. But I have a personal thing. I really like Cal. I think he's the rock of that team. You hear a lot about Julio in center field.
Sure.
And he is. He's a superstar. He's the Tatis of San Diego. But I think that Cal's kind of the glue that holds that team together. He's the rock behind the plate. He's the guy you can rely on, and he's just off to – he started with the WBC. He had a real rough time, and he's just off to a real slow start. I think he's still got 7 or 8 homers. So as far as the power, he's there. Obviously, he's not on pace for the 60 homers, but who's going to hit 60 every year? It was good to see him on a personal note break out last night. But, yeah, well, I can't really – the only thing I really did during my career that was consistent was – if I drove in a run or I got a hit, I wouldn't wash my jock.
Oh,
so if you got on a hitting streak, maybe your locker mates would be like, Boone, could you go 0 for tonight or not drive in a run? So
why the jock? Why not the undershirt or something like the jock?
I have no idea. It was the jock, and it was like, well, I mean, it's not like you have a pair of sliding shorts that you wear. And then you wear the jock over the sliding shorts. Right. So it's not skin on skin.
That's true. Not skin on skin.
But,
that makes sense.
But I'll tell you what, you get on two, I had a couple pretty good runs, driving runs and get some hits. So you be out there 22 days. It's time for, I never would wish to not get a hit.
Of course.
But when you're on that hot of a run and then you don't get a hit, you're not completely pissed because you know you're washing your jock tonight.
The guy drove in.
Clubbies loved you, I bet.
He drove in 141 runs in 2001.
That
by the way.
was a lot of dirty
season.
jock.
The
That was a dirty
smelliest-
jock
Who
year.
was your locker mate in 01?
The smelliest guy on the planet.
Oh, what? I think it was a young man by the name of Willie Bloomquist,
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my favorite teammates all time. Now he's the head coach of the Arizona State Sun Devils. But yeah, Willie Bloomquist.
That's badass.
Willie could Will if the walls could talk, Willie's your guy.
That's amazing. Brett Boone joins us here on Ben and Woods this morning. So, we've all kind of beaten the Fernando Tatis Jr. dead horse to this point, all of us, and not just us, the national media, Wall Street Journal's writing articles about it.
It is bizarre.
It is bizarre. Now, we talked to Dennis Lynn from The Athletic, and he goes, man, my theory is there's just too many voices right now for him. If you're his hitting coach today, Padres call you down and say, Boone, you're taking the gig from Steven Souza Jr. What are you doing first thing?
We're going to simplify things as much as we can. We're going to get all the thoughts and the this and what we need to do, and we're just going to pick up our foot and set it down, get a good pitch to hit, and knock the crap out of it. There's too much noise. This is a guy that's hit 40-plus home runs in the big leagues, and to have zero at this point, it really is bizarre. It's a weird, but it's starting to, if you allow it as a hitter, no matter how established you are, if you allow the outside in, it will start to affect you, and then you'll start to think, I've got to hit a home run. Well, the last thing he needs to do right now is to hit a home run. Yeah, it'll get a lot of the noise to go away. But he's just got to have consistent at bats. And I tell these people all the time, in a day and age where this OPS, which I'm not a fan of at all, and the power hitting the ball over the wall, it's so emphasized. And people think home run first, get a hit second. Well, that's the opposite. Anytime, I know for me, in my experience, anytime I ever tried to hit a home run at the big league level, and I probably did it, and banging your head against the wall. I probably did it 100 times. I probably hit a home run when I was trying to hit a home run once out of 100. I don't think that's very good odds. So it's get a good pitch to hit, have a good quality at bat. The home runs will come with your skill set. And if you're a 40 home run guy, the home runs will be there. Not every year. 40 is not, we throw out 40 now, like, oh, we hit 40 last year, 40 this year.
Right.
40 is a big number.
It's a lot of,
and don't even get to where Shohei and Aaron Judge have been at the 50 home run mark. That's like, for me, that's like going to Mars.
It's superhuman.
Right. I never got to that level, but we got to get a good pitch to hit and have good at bats. And if you have good at bats and you keep the barrel in this hitting zone long and you have good contact, your skill set's going to take over and the ball's going to go out of the wall. Maybe he needs to hit it inside the Parker.
100%.
That'll get him going. That'll get him going. I'll tell you what. He's fun to watch when he comes. He just comes in from right field. Now I know he's an ex-shortstop, and shortstops for me, they're the most skilled position on the field by far. But he just goes to second base, and it's like he's playing little league. And I was watching him make plays yesterday. I'm like, that is better than people. Being an ex-second baseman, I'm really critical of second base defense. Play made up the middle. The guy ended up being saved at first. I'm like,
unreal.
That's better than people know. I mean, that's like
unreal.
A Spider-Man play.
The fact he even got it that close with that arm was unbelievable.
Crazy.
But it's not going to change the fact that when he comes to the yard today, he's got 0 homers. And I feel for him because it's just, and everywhere you look, it's like, you going to hit one day? You feel like people are talking to you that aren't really talking to you. So hopefully it'll happen soon, get the monkey off his back, and then we can go from there. It's been an amazing season for the Padres. How they have this record right now, 24-17, first place in a division where I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think the Dodgers and I think Arizona's decent too. To be where they're at right now with Tatis, Machado, Merrill not off to great starts. I mean, you're kind of Bogarts is off to a nice start. I'm happy to see that. Andujar being a guy. France has chipped in and done a great job. Sheets has hit some huge homers for him. The bullpen's really good. But missing Pivetta, losing him, Marquez going down. To be where they're at right now, man, I think it's gravy at this point. But wow, we've gone through all this without our big boys hitting, our number one guy, and Pivetta or number two, if you're going to call King the number one. I think they're weathering the storm pretty darn good. They got a tough schedule coming up.
They do.
Look, these Brewers are tough. And then you go to Seattle, who's off to a tough start for Seattle and all the expectations. And then you come back and you got the Dodgers. So they got a tough run right now to be sitting in first place with all the adversity they've gone through and the Stars not being the Stars at this point in the season. I think they're in a great spot.
And let's be honest, the Padres have been fortunate that the Dodgers have not looked like we expected them at this point, and maybe they will tomorrow. But so far, they've struggled 4 in a row losses. We'll talk about it in our MLB reach around wrap up coming up. But Brett, we appreciate it. Out of time today. We will talk to you again next Big League Wednesday next week.
Guys, thank you.
Thanks, all insider calls, including Brett Boone's, brought to you by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need delivered when and where you need them. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Yeah, we lament that the Padres aren't taking more advantage of the Dodgers' struggles. But the Dodgers are probably saying, we could have put away the entire division by now. We could be 9-10 games up if we played the way we thought we were going to play, and they have not done so because baseball's harder than it looks.
It is, and had they played commensurate with their payroll, you should be up 10 games right now, and it's over. You're chilling.
Everyone else just fighting for a wild card spot.
That's it, and that's not the case. And I mean, look, you want to hang around as long as you possibly can, make it difficult. I mean, I think we all still feel like the Dodgers are going to win the division. It would be one of the most embarrassing non-division winners of all time, but they have the ability to turn it on when it counts. We've seen that.
I think there is no doubt that the Dodgers are going to go through. You can just see at some point that streak where they win 14 of 16 games is coming. Padres have had one similar to that already. Can they put together another one? Because they're going to need to stay in the division. You need a really hot streak again at some point, probably pretty soon, before the All-Star break. Like, a good 3-week span where you are on really hot, because that'll be the only way to keep up with the Dodgers at some point. But right now, Padres still in first place.
Hanging around.
Men and What's brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Take on Woods. We've got our MLB reach around and more coming up in hour number 3 next. Men and Woods continuing on 97.3 The Fan.
halfway home on a Wednesday. Unfortunately, not a victory Wednesday, as it were. Could still turn into a victory Wednesday if you go out and beat Jacob Mizorowski and the Brewers tonight. Could happen. Anything can happen. It is baseball, after all. I'm Woodsy. Paul Reindel's our executive producer. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood news and sports anchor.
Hopefully we have a double victory Thursday.
Yeah.
Not only the Padres, but SDFC tonight against Austin FC, 6:30, Snapdragon Stadium. So we'll have plenty to discuss tomorrow morning.
Need a dub there.
They need a dub bad.
Bad.
Yeah. Austin's not bad. SDFC has played better. Just got to hold on at the end of these games.
Yeah, man.
It just has felt like the same pattern the last couple of times they've gone out, played well for 80 minutes, and then they just kind of crumple in on themselves and are just subject to shot after shot after shot, and there's just no way to hold off the opponents when you give so many opportunities late in the game, it seems like.
Talked to D. Smith yesterday. He called me, and he had just left their facility and was telling me, again, I go, well, how'd it go? He's, dude, great. They're always great. Like, they're always dialed in. They're hard workers. Like, Mikey is a super calm leader. He's not panicking at all. But he said, yeah, man, with 3 games left before the break, you want to get this going. He goes, and, the problem is like, he goes, you're looking at a team like we just played in Seattle. He goes, their last guy on the bench would probably be our starting left winger. You know what I mean? He goes, they need help. And Anders Dreyer and Ingvartsen can't do it all. He goes, do you realize we have 1 goal scored off the bench all season, and it came in the first game? I go, I did not know that. And that's the truth. They need some help. And he goes, imagine being Anders Dreyer, and you're like, hey, guys, I'd like to come out at the 70th minute at some point this season. That would be great to know that we've got a game maybe in hand. But it just hasn't been the case.
Yesterday, the MLS Players Association released all their salary figures.
Yeah.
They do that twice a year. SDFC is one of the top payrolls in the sport at $24.4 million total, behind Inter Miami, LAFC, Atlanta, and the LA Galaxy. But $9.33 million of that is Chucky Lozano.
Oh my God!
So that's more than a third of your team going to one player who's not playing for you. Hey, that's where all the depth could be. I mean, imagine how much depth you could pay for if you weren't paying for Chucky Lozano to do nothing this entire time. But they've been unable to find a new home for him. He's been still reticent to leave San Diego and go anywhere else. They missed the transfer window, so now they're sitting there, and that's
July
a
11th
reason.
or something.
Mark Ziegler wrote about this. If you took out the $9.33 million, they would plunge to 23rd in payroll. So basically, they're operating with a lowest third payroll when you talk about the actual players who are on their roster. Makes a little more sense that they have gotten off to a bit of a struggling start now this year instead.
No, just you got to find a way to get a win at home tonight in front of the home crowd. You got 3 home games left. You need to finish before the break on a bit of a streak here, on a bit of a run. If you want to, continue to keep the good feelings going here in San Diego, man. And there's still a lot of belief in the team. Don't know, obviously you get into the playoffs, anything can happen. It can be random at times, and that's what Darren was saying. So, no panic there at all. We'll see what happens.
The craziest stat, though, from this piece, Messi makes $28.3 million just in actual salary.
Wow.
Plus another 30 to 40 million in like personal services and stuff. But that $28.3 million alone, more than the entire payroll of 28 of the 30 teams in the league.
Good God. And probably underpaid a little bit.
And probably underpaid a little
the old
bit.
LeBron James thing, like it's probably not enough.
Yeah.
He's like, fine, I'll do it for 28 mil. I need that extra 30 and 40 and endorsements and whatnot, but I'll do the lower base salary at 28 mil.
The owner, Jorge Mas, his quote was, I pay Messi worth every penny, but it's 70 million to 80 million a year across everything.
Good God, man. Good God. Talk about asses in the seats, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
they
crazy.
fill up every single game, and so does every other team anytime he's out.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to see him.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. This is a bit of a left turn here, but do you have thoughts on croutons?
Do I have thoughts on croutons?
Yeah, croutons.
Like
Plenty of
small
thoughts on
pieces of
croutons.
bread that go in salads.
Yeah, croutons.
Oh, you know I do.
Today is National Crouton Day.
But I've got thoughts on refried beans. I've got thoughts on croutons.
That was a fun one yesterday. Yeah, National Crouton Day. And I was thinking about my youth.
Celebrate the humble crouton.
Yeah, I love the crouton.
Love 'em.
Love them.
Love
I mean,
'em.
like unabashed love.
All right,
Sometimes they feel like the treat of a salad.
You're absolutely right. And you also know I've just
they
blown
are,
it. I've,
right?
Yeah. Might as well just sprinkle cheesecake on top too.
So
while you eat it.
There's a level at which you put so many croutons into a salad, it no longer becomes.
It's not a
healthy.
salad anymore.
Crouton, some bacon bits,
They're really
cheese.
drown it in ranch.
I'm not sure what the number is, but you just get a feeling like there's an acceptable number of croutons.
4 is acceptable.
And then there's an
6
enjoyable number of croutons.
6
Or
is too much.
spoonfuls.
and at some point you realize there's way too many croutons on this salad. It's no longer a salad. It's just
Dessert.
fried bread with some lettuce around
Yeah,
it.
it's dessert, essentially.
Which are the best kind of salads, but again, you're losing all the health benefits.
Croutons are tricky in that the good ones are really good, but a bad crouton can really screw you up.
Well, what makes a crouton bad?
Soft, maybe? Soft, too soft?
Oh, see, I think too crunchy.
I like
if you
crunchy.
can't even break it with your fork.
Well, yeah, you can injure yourself if it's too, like, it doesn't have any give at all.
Yeah, you
I like to be able to break it up a little bit with a fork.
Yeah, they all have, some sort of oil or butter, and then some are baked.
Yeah.
Others are fried.
Fried.
The ones that get kind of greasy where they almost like crumble in your mouth, those can be really good, but those are the least healthy as well.
I remember being a kid and going to the pantry and being like, we don't have anything to eat. Oh, yes, we do. And it was a can
like
of croutons.
Progresso croutons
tall,
or whatever. Yeah, the
cylindrical.
tall, cylindrical
Like a
can of
coffee
croutons.
can.
And you peel the top off and it looks like almost a soda, how you would drink a soda. And I would just house
croutons.
I just love it. I love the weird spices and all of it.
How did you gain all the weight?
Sucking down croutons out of a can.
By the can.
I love them.
Salad, soup. You can
You can
love a
drop
crouton
some
on
in
a
there.
soup.
They're elite.
Is there anything else you can really put a crouton
You
on?
can put a crouton on anything.
You could.
I
You
guess
could literally put it on pizza. You could put it on your ice cream.
Yeah.
I've never put it on pizza.
You could have a bowl of
sprinkle it on a
croutons for
steak
cereal.
if you wanted. You know what I mean? You could put it in mashed potatoes and it would be delicious.
This is the day for it. It's National Crouton Day.
I like the softer ones. Like I'm thinking of, I can just like picture myself at a steakhouse and the Caesar salad comes out. And it's like there's some give to it.
Yeah,
It's
a little bit of
almost
give.
a little chewy. Oh,
I don't like the super soft ones,
not super soft.
but I like a little.
Sometimes they're made with sourdough. Sometimes they're made with regular, like French type bread.
I like the dark ones.
So, the brown bread,
pumpernickel or whatever.
croutons.
Yeah,
Sometimes
delicious.
they'll melt a little like cheese into a little Parmesan inside the crouton. Yeah, like it's a mini cheese toast that goes on your salad.
Crunched up croutons on a baked potato. Fantastic. Can't go
Haven't done
wrong. Cannot go wrong with
But
that.
adding crunch is always good.
I don't know that I've ever had croutons just like only on salads. I don't think I've had them in soups. I can absolutely see how it would work. I've done like crackers
Instead of crackers. Elite.
But I've never really even thought about
Now,
it.
most places you order a salad and you just have to accept the number of croutons that you are given.
Correct.
But when you go to a salad bar and you choose your own level of
Look out.
croutons,
Be careful.
it is definitely the dilemma.
Yeah.
Like how deep do I go here?
Yeah, because you know
with
other
this
people are
scoop of
watching you
croutons?
too.
Yes.
They're like, easy, Chubbs. Just why don't you just have that salad, dude?
You got that universal, the black spoon.
Yeah, and
that's in there. You get one scoop.
All right. Do you guys like the little tiny cubes or do you like the bigger? Because I will eat them both. I have no preference.
Yeah.
If they're
Doesn't
small, I don't care.
I actually sometimes
the
they'll
bigger
do whole
ones.
like pieces of like the whole piece of bread and then you can break it
Yeah,
up on
I've
your
seen
own.
that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I don't mind that.
It's fine. It's fine.
The
But
little tiny ones are sometimes too tiny.
I like those.
Yeah.
I like that. Brings me back to my youth. That's I used to eat them by the handful, the canful, as it were. But yeah, happy National Crouton
What
Day
did
to-
Marcia think about that?
I don't think she knew because I don't think my parents would have been stoked about me in there,
Right.
like sticking that thing
So
down my.
She's probably making a salad later, and she's wondering what happened to the croutons.
I did realize the other day I still am very much stuck perpetually at 8 years old. You know, I just drink out of the container at home for everything. Juice,
everything.
Well, juice. I mean, I drink juice and water. That's all I drink.
Is it just your juice?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean,
then
but
that's
isn't that so slovenly? Like
Yeah.
where I'm sitting at the table eating my meal and I've got
I
like
think
a
it's
thing
efficient.
of apple. I kind of do too.
Otherwise, you're just adding to the dishes.
And I don't want to get up and fill the glass. Like, you know what I mean? So I just take it and I just open the cap and I just chug it at the table. I drink the
at
sugar
the table.
at the table
No,
for dinner.
I think it's okay when you're standing at the fridge.
Oh, okay. No, I sit down with it.
Yeah,
And you pull it out.
If you're just
But once you're going to the table, you probably should use a glass at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think drinking out of the carton or the container
Is for standing in
is
front of
for
the fridge?
standing in
Well-
front of the fridge only, and only
No,
if you
it's-
know you're the only person.
Yeah, I was gonna
every
say,
meal.
If
who
you're a
consumes that
monster,
beverage.
if that's community juice, you're a monster.
Nobody else drinks it.
Okay.
Right.
So
that's
you're off
fine.
the
Then
clear.
you do what you want with it. But bringing the whole carton to the table and then just drinking it like it's your.
If you're like, I
your
just want
beverage,
two.
Why not put a straw in it and just.
Well,
just
because
go down?
I don't like putting it in the because here's the thing. I feel like if I pour a glass and I drink a glass, but I want more, and I'm like, now you've had 2 glasses of juice. I feel like I can control it better from the. I feel like I drink less of it. Does
See, I
that
think
make
of it
sense?
more like you're like, I'm just gonna do like 2 quick swigs and then I'm good. I don't need to like dirty a new glass.
Yeah.
For just that.
Bee's knees
But-
says 50-year-old man drinking juice says bean and cheese burritos are for children.
You know what you need is a carafe.
I love a carafe, but here's the problem,
Good carafe,
bro.
is-
I would
who
drink
doesn't?
straight from the carafe. If you got me a carafe, I would just fill it and then I would drink straight from the carafe.
Carafe is a
it's
funny
got the,
word, isn't it?
It's got the good handle around.
Yeah.
You know, it gets thin
Yeah, it's got
and then
the
it
neck,
gets thick.
the
Yeah.
little neck.
Oh, babe,
Yeah.
Father's Day's coming up.
Why
A
don't we
whole-
just drink out of carafes?
Bring me
Why
a
aren't glasses
whole-
shaped like carafes?
Please buy me an entire flight of carafes. I will do apple, grape, sugar-free fruit punch, and our whole fridge. It will be aesthetically more pleasing. The grape juice, yeah, delicious, great idea. That's what I want. I'm going to
When
ask
did you
for.
say your birthday was?
July 19th.
July 19th?
July 19th.
All right, I've been accused of bad gifts.
Problem is, he'll buy some that are like filled with some asbestos or something.
They're gonna come
Got
out,
them off
they're gonna be
Temu.
shattered in the
Shattered,
box.
yeah. Okay, thanks for the broken carafes, Ben. Well, I thought you could glue them back
We'll have
together.
chips on the rims. Like if you ever like drink from
Yeah,
them, you cut your
cut
mouth.
your lip open. Yeah, it's exactly right.
All right, ready for a little take on Woods?
I'm ready.
All right, we need a contestant. Sorry to interrupt the Crouton and Carafe talk here on 97.3 The Fan, your Crouton and Carafe station. But
Somebody
we got
commented, "Big Crouton got to the show."
That's true. They
Yeah.
did.
If you want to play our trivia game, chance to qualify for the $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas. Call now, 833-288-0973. Music, movie, or TV trivia, your choice, head-to-head against Woods. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Crouton's not on the plan for SDFatLoss.com. I can enjoy some croutons now, though. I've been able to maintain my weight loss 3 years since I went through the program. A 60-day program, and I lost 40 pounds, and I have kept that weight off for 3 years. Think about that. Have you gone through a program that has been sustainable, helped you change your metabolism the way SDFatLoss.com changed my metabolism? It was based on real foods. I got to eat things that I enjoyed from the grocery store, steak, chicken, fish. Did not have to buy any bars or shakes or prepackaged meals. None of that with SDFatLoss.com. It's what makes the program different. Based on doctor-developed plans and real solutions from counselors who will guide you every step of the way. Yeah, you'll hit a plateau for a day or two. They'll figure it out. They'll get you back on track. You'll keep losing that weight up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. Sign up for your free consultation now. And if you sign up for the program, take $200 off during the spring special. Get you ready before the May Gray, which is here. The June gloom will be gone. You will be ready to go in July and August for pool season, beach season in San Diego. No expensive GLP-1s that you're going to need to take weeks and months and years to keep the weight off. No, one program, one cost, 2 months, and then keep the weight off with SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
What's going on in the chat? It's Craft?
No, Carafe.
Carafe.
It's not care-if. It's Carafe.
Carafe. C-A-R-A-F-E. Carafe.
I don't know how you'd get Carafe out of that.
Maybe.
I'd be more likely to say Carafe.
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 Carafe. It's very fancy and French of you.
Go to the cafe and order a Carafe.
A Carafe of
orange
apple juice. Yeah. Delicious.
Carafe.
Carafe.
There it is.
Carafe.
Nailed it.
Like it rhymes with giraffe.
Correct.
Carafe.
Carafe.
Giraffe.
Mm-hmm. I will take some carafes, though.
You will take some.
Yeah.
Personal, like a personal set of drinking carafes.
Be amazing.
Because
Yeah.
they're not for drinking. They're
I know.
for pouring into
Right.
another.
I know.
Just to make more dishes. You take it from the juice container. You
Correct.
pour it into the carafe. Then you pour it from the carafe into your juice glass.
See, I'll eliminate one of those steps immediately. There will be no juice glass. I will drink straight from the carafe.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Carafe.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Let's get off of carafe talk for a moment and play today's game. It is time for Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Wes on the line. Good morning, Wes.
How's it going?
I'm good. How do you pronounce a container for juice that you put on the table?
Bottle.
No, that's fine.
Carafe, I guess.
Correct. All right. We've got 5 questions of trivia for you. If you beat or tie Woods, we will put you in our grand prize drawing. This month, it's a $500 gift card to the Westgate Las Vegas, home of legendary Vegas fun, now offering the Breakaway from Fees package. So 0 resort fees. Here's what you get. $75 daily dining credit, 2 day spa passes, daily cabaret tickets, complimentary valet parking, and the special rates start at just $89 a night. So you better book now at westgatelasvegas.com. Here are your category choices, and hopefully we have all the sound clips accompanying them. Music, it's your turn. 5 songs with the word turn in the title. Movies, old movies. 5 movies with the word old in the title. And our new TV category, animal actors. 5 classic TV shows where an animal played the leading role. So music, it's your turn. Movies, old movies, or TV animal actors? Wes, what would you like to play?
Let's go with the movies.
Movies, old movies, not actually old movies, although they could be. These are movies with the word old in the title. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question's our 2-second movie clip. Paulie will play you the clip. You got to identify the movie with old in the title. Wes, are you ready to play?
I am.
All right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Category is old movies. Your time begins when Paulie plays our clip. Good luck, Wes. Let's take on Woods.
We're going streaking! Yeah!
Old school.
Correct. Javier Bardem won an Oscar for playing remorseless hitman Anton Chigurh in which 1990 neo-western by the Coen brothers?
No Country for Old Men.
Correct. Steve Carell stars as Andy Stitzer, a middle-aged electronics store employee with a secret, in which 2005 directorial debut by Judd Apatow.
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Correct. Which 1957 Disney tearjerker centers on the relationship between a boy and a stray dog in West Texas?
Old Yeller.
Correct. Walter Matthau and John Lemon play rival Minnesota retirees and neighbors in which 1993 comedy that sparked a sequel?
Grumpy Old Men.
Boom, Wes. Wow. Well done in old movies. 5 for 5. You have qualified for the grand prize drawing. Let's bring Woods back in, see if he can match you at least in today's category. Got movies today for you, Woods. Wes's score is locked in. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays our movie clip. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Wes.
We're going streaking!
Old school.
Correct. Javier Bardem won an Oscar for playing remorseless hitman Anton Chigurh in which 1990 neo-western by the Coen brothers?
That is one of the best movies of all time, and I don't know why the name is escaping me right now. No Country for Old Men.
Correct. Steve Carell stars as Andy Stitzer, a middle-aged electronics store employee with a secret, in which 2005 directorial debut
40-Year-Old Virgin.
Correct. Which 1957 Disney tearjerker centers on the relationship between a boy and a stray dog in West Texas?
Old Yeller.
Correct. Walter Matthau and John Lemon play rival Minnesota retirees and neighbors in which
Grumpy Old Men.
Correct. Nicely done, both of you. 5 for 5 in old movies.
Oh, man. I just panicked when he said, I knew it immediately. It's one of my favorite movies. I just panicked.
No Country for Old Men. It is a weird kind of title.
Brilliant movie. Have you seen it?
He is he's scary.
Oh my God, is he ever?
he is scary. I'm not surprised he won the Oscar. He's terrifying in that movie.
I had the exact same haircut when I was like 3 years old. I'll dig through my phone. You'll see it. I'll have Paulie put it in the chat. You'll be blown away. I mean, it looks just like him, dude. It's crazy. That movie's so good.
I can see it. I Googled him and I'm like,
Yo,
I can see his hair on you.
Oh, yeah.
30 years ago.
I had it. It was incredible. I don't know how my parents did it, but it was amazing. I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, it's just incredible.
Wes, stay on the line. Paul will get your information, get you into the drawing for the trip to Las Vegas.
I like a 5 for 5 with both of us.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It's always fun. Yeah. Everyone goes home happy. It's one of those no disappointed, no hard feelings for anybody. This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service. Also want to remind everybody, we've got our management report coming up on Friday. It is brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It is better. Not sure who our guests were going to be. Hopefully their phone will work better than Craig Stammen's did last Friday when you guys were stuck with the potato phone and Craig Stammen.
The worst, man. Just the worst. So sorry to the tier ones.
Yeah. All right, we will get to the rest of baseball, our MLB reach around coming up in our next segment. We can also talk a little more Padres, including Ethan Salis, another home run. Could we potentially see Ethan Salis on the big league level sooner rather than later?
Buddy,
worth discussing.
You are seeing more calls for this than anything else on Twitter. I think this is surpassed. Fernando needs to hit a home run soon.
Is it crazy or is it not crazy? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know right now. I want to talk about it when we come back with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, played at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
If he does get a call up, he will be just 7 minutes away from 7 Mile Casino. Don't know that's where you should be spending your time as a rookie. But
he's 19, so
that's true. Everybody else, though, at least all the adults in our audience, can find a great place to play cards just off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. Hop on the 5, you get off at E. That'll put you right on Bay Boulevard. It's the frontage road right along the freeway there. You'll see it. You probably have passed it a million times. If you haven't gone in, you're in for a pleasant surprise. 7 Mile Casino is upscale, windows, comfortable, and a great place to play cards.
Yeah, great patio. You can sit outside and have a beer, some lunch, talk to some friends, and look at the bay. It's really, really nice. They got, of course, Texas Hold'em, California-style blackjack, Pai Gow, and Baccarat as well. No slot machines for you if you like the slot machines. So it's a little quieter in there, which I like, and no cigarette smoke either. It's smoke-free environment. Great, great place. Best part, just 7 minutes from downtown. He just, here, I'll show you a little.
Please don't.
What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's going to hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee
It's going to in a second.
right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Well played game of Take on Woods.
Thank you.
Again, congratulations to both Wes and Woods. Nailed that one. We'll put a new movie category in for tomorrow. We have considered changing things up. Someone in the chat suggested, why not go through all three categories before you put a new one? So someone has to choose music.
Yeah.
Has to choose
TV,
television.
right.
It's not the worst idea.
Yeah, we thought about it.
Kind of would keep it mixed up.
So like, okay,
Guy on Monday
on a
wins.
Monday takes movies, so movies are off the
Then
board.
it's just TV and music. Or we have a fourth category. We could do kind of a
Mystery.
general mystery category as well. And then
Adult film.
How
Well,
about
real
you should
estate
do
on
a fourth
Thursday.
Yeah, we have to add a fourth category.
Adult films.
Let's move.
Adult film stars.
Add a fourth category, and then that way every week, every Monday, we reset with 4 new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
not
me
bad.
think it over.
All right,
it's not
mull
the
it
worst
over.
idea. But then someone on Friday maybe gets stuck with a category that they don't know. But
Well,
maybe you
you'll
know
have
that
48
hey,
hours.
all that's left is movies, or all that's
Yeah.
left is music.
Right.
So if you don't know it, this is maybe not the day for you to
Yes.
call in and win. You'll at least have that
Or
idea.
strategy by Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. every week. You'll know which one category is remaining for
Yeah.
Friday. You got 48 hours to
Do a
you know,
little
study
research.
up.
Study up on the potential. I tell you what the categories are. Only Woods
Not me.
doesn't know.
I have
Everybody
no
else
idea.
knows what they are beforehand. So
Just trying to help
I
you guys
will.
out.
I will consider that. Maybe we'll start that up for next week.
Good.
Let-
Instead of just movies every day, repeating because it gets taken off the board. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
So I like that idea. Let's talk before we get to traffic. Let's talk a little bit about Ethan Salis.
Yes.
Who hit his 6th home run.
Bring him up.
Another laser 7 mile an hour
107,
exit
yeah.
velocity shot. He remains among the offensive leaders in Double-A. He remains among the best defensive players in all of minor league baseball, elite at the catching position, and he's about to turn 20 years old. So the question, and you said you've seen it, I've seen it a bunch. Is it too soon to think about calling up Ethan Salis? Especially with the Padres getting very little production from Freddie Fermin, Luis Campusano's on the injured list. Is it something that A.J. Preller should be considering? Again, that would be quite the advancement. And I saw someone ask the question, well, what harm can it do? A lot. You've seen players get set back by getting promoted too soon and struggling. And, he may have had Ethan Salis did that when they promoted him to Double-A a couple of years ago before he got hurt.
Why does it feel like that's always a catcher thing too, more than any other position? Bringing catchers up in particularly before they're too early. Pitchers as well.
Pitchers too. Man, my thinking behind it is, so when I talk to people that have been there through the ups and downs of Ethan Salis, every single one of them to a man says he's ready defensively now. Today he could handle a pitching staff at the big league level today.
Yeah.
And this was a year ago, and the thing that I like is that he's gone through the struggles already. Like, he's been through some highs and lows, and I understand doing it at the highest level is different than going from rookie ball to Double-A or whatever and hitting 219, breaking your back, and then, scuffling for a while after that. There's really no reason not to, in my opinion, other than
sure there is.
You think you can't. Like, he's been through hell and back already since he was 16. And they brought Pudge up when he was 19. I remember I was living in the Metroplex at the time. And the way that kid burst on the scene and changed the entire trajectory, essentially, of the Texas Rangers, I'll never forget it. And he was handling the saltiest, savviest veteran staff that you could imagine. Ethan Salis can do that already. So, ding, checks that box. Can he block at the major league level? Yes. Can he frame? Yes. Can he throw guys out? Yes. Can he handle the pitching staff? Is he mature? Can he hit? He's hitting right now. Can he hit?
A month ago, the answer would have been there's no chance he can even make contact against major league hitting.
Can he hit?
Now I'm not so sure.
Can he hit as well, if not better, than Frederick, Fermin, or Rodolfo Duran? Not the world's highest bar to step into.
You're starting his service time clock very early. I know the Padres don't care about that too much.
Ever cared about that. And we will not start with him. And the internal, again, these are what I've heard. These are things I've heard. Internally, AJ has been higher on this guy than he ever was with Leah Dallas DeVries, ever. This is the one. This is the chosen one, I think, in his eyes. Now, the clock doesn't bother me, and I know it doesn't bother AJ Preller. If AJ Preller thinks that this kid is ready to win games right now, then I think they'll call him up. I really do. He's tearing the cover off the ball right now. And he's got all the confidence in the world. Man, if he comes up and struggles, he's 19. He's already been through this. He can do it again. You know what I mean? And I think that would be the only struggle would be
I
the
think
hitting.
You really would love for him to have a solid season, like a full season in the minors.
Jackson Merrill had 48 ABs, I think they said, in Double-A.
And then if it goes well, you consider calling him up. Rosters expand, maybe even ends up on the playoff roster later this year. I don't know that you do it now.
Why
though?
Why? I haven't heard a good explanation. 48 games Jackson played in Double-A. But why not?
I think he'd already be up here if he hadn't missed a year of development already.
Could be. If last year with the broken back, right? Last year,
he's the starting catcher today.
I think he's the starter at 19 years old. I just don't see a risk in it. And I don't
you don't want a Bryce Eldridge situation where he's not playing.
I don't think that would happen with this team. Now, here's the problem.
Then what do you do with
Freddie Fermin? Do you just DFA him knowing I gave up 2 starters for him last year?
You've got too much control. He's too valuable.
Yep.
You still have Freddie Fermin for a while. You need to know you're pretty good with Ethan Salis, and then you could trade Freddie Fermin.
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. You get as much as you gave up to get him at this
Probably
point.
not.
But Golden Days is not wrong also. He says Woods wants the value of his Salis cards to go up. Yes, absolutely. It'd be amazing. It's crazy how it spikes when that happens. But no, I just think, man, can he help? Oh, Freddie has options. He's got 2 options.
Your pitching staff has thrown pretty well to Freddie Fermin.
They have
so far this year.
They have.
Bullpen's thrown well to Freddie Fermin. That's what the Padres think is the most important thing a catcher does. I'm not saying Ethan Salis can't do that,
right?
But you'd be messing with what the pitchers consider a pretty good thing, and I think they would be hesitant to make that move at this time.
Adam sent this over.
Then again, we've been told that Ethan Salis is already at that level defensively, handling a pitching staff.
Right.
He's been at that level, so I'm not really worried about any drop off there.
So Adam sent this over. He said for your Freddie or for your Ethan Salis discussion, it's MLB fielding run value leaders. And Freddie Fermin is top 10 with +3 up there along the likes of Patrick Bailey and Dylan Dingler. It's the best name in baseball. Brandon Valenzuela, former Padre, that I believe we traded for Will Warren. Not Will Warren. I'm sorry.
Wagner?
Will Wagner. Valenzuela for Wagner to the Blue Jays.
Is that where it came from?
I'm almost positive on that. Carlos Narvaez, Pedro Pajes, Austin Wells. So Freddie Fermin is providing some value, at least by the numbers. But yeah, I just think, I don't know. So Commendatory says the Padres have so many new starting pitchers that haven't worked with Salis. No, they all have at spring training for the last 3 years.
A lot of them did at spring training.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, even
Giolito's thrown to him.
Giolito's thrown to him
in Double-A at this point.
Yeah. So I don't really see a great reason not to. Now, if he's down there, if he's hitting 212 and, you need to make a splash, and that's what they're saying, Benny, when you make the Bryce Eldridge comparison. They're saying that the Giants desperately needed a reason to get fans to the ballpark, and they knew by calling up their number one prospect, they would do it. Now they got him up. They got the people there for that homestand, and they're like, he's going to pinch hit every now and then. And that's not what you want with Ethan Salis. I think if he comes in, obviously Rodolfo Duran's the odd man out for now. And until Campusano comes back, what if he comes up to just get a taste? And while Campy is on the IL, they probably won't, by the way. They probably won't.
But for all the negatives that you can come up with and, what could this do to his psyche if he comes up and struggles? They're like, what if he comes up and gets a taste and then he goes back and he's like, I will do whatever it takes to get back.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like that
yes.
happens all the time in sports as well. Like it can be in high school even. You get called up from JV just to suit up with varsity for one game and experience
and
what that's like and being there in the lights.
I gotta get there.
And then you go back down and you're like, all right, now I know what it's like.
Now
I got a glimpse and now I want to get back and I'm not going to stop until I get there.
I don't know that AJ Preller will trade Ethan Salis, but are you worried that you don't want to see him not show well on the big league level if you need to deal him at the trade deadline for something big? You'd rather have him raking in the minor leagues and having a huge season, let another team dream on him if you're going to trade him. I actually don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think they are either. I think they're going to keep him. I think he's like Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis Jr. He's one that AJ Preller is going to keep. But they don't have a lot else out there if they're going to need to make a trade at the deadline. So can't say that for 100% certainty.
Yeah, I think the emergence of Luis Campusano is maybe one of the things that is standing in his way a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Campy was having the season that he had before, I think maybe you pulled with Campy coming back, and if he can get back on track and stay as hot as he was.
Any update on him, by the way?
I haven't heard anything on Campy.
I mean, I think a broken toe has just got to get its 2 weeks, and then he's back, I would hope.
So I don't know. I mean, again, Surfer in the chat says, well, no GM's going to burn an option to give him a taste. I mean, look who we're talking about, AJ Preller here, man. They don't really care about stuff like that. They're willing to extend guys that they believe in. They're willing to start a service clock if they think you can. They've proven that year after year. So I don't know that those rules apply. I don't feel like, they run that operation like Pittsburgh Pirates.
Now, Freddie Fermin got hurt. All bets are off.
Literally all bets are off. But he is. Somebody just said too in the chat. Freddie Fermin's caught like 45 foul tips to the head, dude. Like he may be in need too. So I don't know.
But is there really any good argument? Like,
what's the best argument?
Especially like right now, the current state of the catching position. You're like, do you really or do you feel so strongly that you'd rather see Rodolfo Duran than Ethan Salis?
Right.
I don't want Ethan Salis just backing up Freddie Fermin and playing once or twice a week like Rodolfo Duran. If he's coming up, he's your starter.
I wouldn't mind maybe 3 to 4 potential appearances like Campy was getting.
Yeah.
Because of the bat.
I don't know, man. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting indeed.
All right, let's check traffic, and then we'll go through the rest of baseball with an MLB reach around next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
In San Diego, the 8 heading westbound sluggish from SDSU to the 163. The 163 is slow southbound from the 8 to the 5. The 5 northbound is sluggish from the 54 to the 163.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Summer driving season's almost here. Stop by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check your tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car. No appointment needed. Visit SoCal Oil Change for coupons. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
They're doing the reach around. They're doing the reach around. Everybody doing the reach around. Our daily look at the rest of Major League Baseball starts in the NL West. Woods, 3 other games yesterday, including a little history for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who fell to the San Francisco Giants 6-2. They beat Yoshinobu Yamamoto yesterday.
Yeah, dude. Adrian Hauser outdueled Yamamoto.
Yeah, Adrian Hauser also shut down the Padres, so that's 2 in a row.
Settle down. That's all right.
First time the Dodgers have lost 4 straight games by 4 or more runs since. Doesn't seem like it would be that long. It's not crazy to lose like 4-0, 5-1, 6-1,
4 times in a row,
8-2, 4 times in a row. 1936.
Good.
Last time they lost 4 straight by 4 or more runs. So yeah, they're in an epic collapse at the moment. They kept the Padres a half game ahead of the Dodgers for first place. The Arizona Diamondbacks got stymied by Mackenzie Gore of the Texas Rangers. 8 innings, just 1 run allowed. Rangers held on for a 7-4 win over the D-backs. And the Pirates got another gem from Paul Skeens against the Rockies. Took another no-hitter into the 7th. Ended up going 8, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts in a 3-1 win over the Rockies. He does not walk anybody either.
I love Paul Skeens.
He should.
This is a fantastic tweet, one of the best I've seen. Hal to Hell tweets, Paul Skeens is good and all, but he keeps getting worse every year. Something to keep an eye on. In 2024, his ERA was 196. In 2025, it was 197. Right now, it's 198.
Got to get those numbers up.
By the end of his career, he may have like a 2.13 ERA.
Somebody said,
trade him now.
The other guy goes, by 2200. 2200? Yeah, 2200, he'll have a 3.72 ERA. Is that really the trajectory you want your starting pitcher to be on? So good.
Tim in the chat says future Dodger Paul Skeens.
He's so nasty, dude. So nasty.
Have a pretty big series. Braves and Cubs leading their divisions, taking on each other. And the Cubs managed only 1 hit against the Braves in that game. It was an Alex Bregman home run, but not enough. Braves win that one 5-2. Kyle Schwarber is all of a sudden on fire.
Red
Homered
hot.
for his 6th straight game. He's got 17 now.
That's pretty good.
He's back. The Phillies are climbing back toward 500. They beat the Red Sox 2-1.
He said Schwarber's on pace for 68 home runs this year.
There he goes.
There you go.
Probably glad they kept him around.
Yep.
The Mets beat the Tigers 10-2. Detroit has lost 6 of their last 7. They've been struggling in the wake of the Tarek Skubal injury. Nationals hit 6 home runs in a 10-4 win over the Cincinnati Reds.
6 home runs in 1 game.
1 game. It's like a good month for the Padres.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The Yankees got a 3-run shot from former Friar Trent Grisham in a 6-2 win over the Baltimore Orioles. The Rays, hottest team in baseball. They've now won 16 of 18. Wow. Got past the Blue Jays 7-6 in 10 innings. Bailey Ober, a complete game shutout. Don't see that many of them. 2-hitter, 7 strikeouts. Twins over the Marlins 3-0. The White Sox got a pinch hit, go-ahead home run from Derek Hill in the 8th inning. I believe he had a pinch hit home run against the San Diego Padres at Petco Park as well. They beat the Royals 6-5. And the Guardians were 3-2 winners over the Angels. I don't think anyone's dominated another team like Cleveland has Los Angeles at Progressive Field. They've won 29 of their last 33.
Wow.
Against the Angels at Progressive Field. And the Cardinals beat the A's 6-4 after leaving San Diego, went up to Sacramento and got the win in the series opener against the A's.
Excellent reach around, Benny.
Thank you very much.
Professional.
Yeah, we'll see if the Dodgers can make it 5 losses in a row as they continue their series tonight in Los Angeles. They're playing at home, too. It's not even up in San Francisco. They're doing this in front of their own fans.
Oral was pissy last night.
Shohei's pitching tonight, not hitting tonight, according to Dave Roberts.
Pitching and not hitting?
Pitching, not hitting against Robbie Ray. So pretty good matchup.
Good matchup.
In that one. And, of course, really good matchup for the Padres and the Brewers pitching-wise with Michael King going up against Jacob Mizorowski. Should be a battle royale.
Well, there's no way that the Dodgers can lose 5 in a row. No chance.
No
Zero.
chance.
Zero.
Zero.
Shohei
Not
on the
at all.
bump? There's no chance.
Not at all.
Zero.
All right, we will come back. Final hour of Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Got a Rhino report, and Woodsy's found the picture of him with the
the Anton Chigurh
cuts.
Was I lying?
No, you were not. We will see it if you're on our YouTube stream coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan. We've got some fun visuals here for you before the Rindle Report. So if you have time to scramble to our YouTube stream, or if you're listening right now, you can always go back and look later. But we were playing Take on Woods last hour, and one of the answers was No Country for Old Men. Great movie. In which Javier Bardem played ruthless hitman Anton Chigurh. Yeah. And Wood said, I used to have that haircut when you were like, how old were you?
In that picture, I'm probably 3.
So you found it.
Yeah.
You called it with Paul. He did a little side by side.
Yeah.
And you're not wrong. You got Wood sitting. You're like sitting on a bench or a stone or something, and you have your legs crossed, just like my dad used to when he was reading the newspaper.
Yeah.
And you've got, an amazing shirt on.
Just who even knows what it is?
It looks like a little button down with amazing designs. Yes. Which brings us to visual number 2, because speaking of amazing shirt designs,
there you go.
I've got the Padres. It's the patriotic Aloha shirt.
You can unwrap that if you want. Let it breathe.
Take this out. I didn't want to,
No, let it breathe.
You'll be fine.
Lower the value of it by taking it out of its plastic wrap. I can't take it out. You take it out, Woods, and show it to everybody while I read where you can get your own patriotic Aloha shirt when the Padres host the Phillies over Memorial Day on Tuesday, May 26th. The first 40,000 fans in attendance receive that shirt presented by Southwest Airlines, celebrating America's 250th birthday. Of course, the official source for all Padres tickets is padres.com/tickets. You got it out? You're good to go?
I did it.
All right. So, Little Woods would fit along well in that shirt.
Yes, he would.
Look perfect on you. And speaking of Padres tickets, later this hour, we will be giving away a pair for the May 22nd game against the Sacramento A's, who are going to be coming to Petco Park. So, lots to get to this hour, but let's start things off with some headlines from Paulie.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right. Happy Wednesday, gentlemen. Let's see where to start. We will start off. We'll start off on a sad note. A couple of sad notes actually in the NBA yesterday. So, let's start with the current player. Current Grizzlies forward Brandon Clark passed away this week at the age of 29. And the early reports, he was there was an emergency call in the LA area. Police responded to his home. He was declared dead at the scene. The reports are there was some drug paraphernalia, and they're investigating a potential overdose here. He got in a little bit of trouble about a month ago, speeding, evasion, and had some drugs on him. But he passed away at age 29 yesterday. The Grizzlies put out a statement. The NBA commissioner, Adam Silver, put out a statement. And this is a guy that 29, just a kid, and at the top of the pinnacle of his life and his career, and he's not here anymore. And then former NBA player Jason Collins, he passed away of brain cancer at the age of 47. I wish you could just say former NBA player Jason Collins, but unfortunately every story you read about him is just going to say he was the first openly gay man in the NBA. I wish you could just say he was an NBA player and not the first gay NBA player. But
I think in the context, though, it shows his bravery.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, of course. It shouldn't matter. But, in that sense, he was able to blaze a new trail and hopefully,
100%.
Make it easier for anybody else who wants to follow in his footsteps, because it wasn't easy. Getting a little easier than it used to be, obviously. Sure. But still, it took a lot of courageous, that cover of Sports Illustrated and, to announce what he did when he did was big. And all I heard is such a great guy.
Yeah.
Never had a chance to meet him, but everyone that knew him said phenomenal guy, Jason Collins.
Cue it up.
The only way we know how to do it.
That's right.
Both of them.
And I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
God, sad, man. I was reading about Jason Collins yesterday. He was back in November. He said he had been diagnosed with stage 4 glioblastoma. It's one of the deadliest forms of brain cancer. And he went to Singapore over the winter to receive some experimental treatments. Thought he had turned a corner and thought they were starting to show some signs of improvement. And then it came back and no longer with us, man. Sad.
Very
47
sad.
and 29. Ugh, brutal. We will keep it in basketball. We'll move locally here in college hoops. San Diego State continues to shop overseas as they rebuild their roster. They're only returning LZ Harrington, Tay Simmons, Latrell Davis, and Thakbor Majak, and everybody else got to go find some new spots. So they have added a few guys from Europe, and they added another one yesterday in Luca Vincini.
Hey, yo, there he is.
He's a 6'9" forward who has played professionally. He's 22 years old, and it says here is a 6-year European professional basketball player.
6 years.
He's got 170 career games under his belt in Italy, pro games. It says in the press release the Aztecs sent, according to Real GM, their stat tracker, he shot 49% from the field. He's played on their U20 European national team, championship teams. So he's going to join.
He's been playing pro ball since he was 16.
Yeah, they do it differently over there.
16.
Yeah,
15,
Wow.
16, 17
You
years
don't go
all
to
the time.
college to play basketball. So that's your career
You just
path.
play
You just go
basketball.
right into pros.
You
and
hit
go,
15, 16 and grow.
you
They're
may
just like,
start
I'm
on a
dropping
lower
out.
series team, like a minor league team, and work your way up. But it's not that unusual to have pros that are that young and that experienced. I thought what was really impressive, though, and I saw this in Mark Ziegler's article, even though, and he was up to the top level this year, even though he's only 22, he was one of the captains of the team.
Yeah.
Playing with guys who were much older than him. So kind of tells you, Dutch likes the chemistry, those guys who really take it seriously. It sounds like he's one of those guys who really can be a leader and bring a team together. So a lot of new faces. That'll be the tricky part.
3-time member of the youth national team in Italy and average, 10 points, 4 boards. And you got to imagine he's probably one of the younger guys on every single one of those professional rosters that he had been on. So I think that's important. I think he's been molded and shaped pretty well. So he joins. I didn't know Latrell Davis. I forgot he was from England.
Yep.
David Torresani is from Milan. Luka Skoric, we talked about him last week. He's from Croatia. And then you also have Thakbor is from South Sudan. So they have half their roster next year.
Tay Simmons was born here, but spent most of his childhood in France.
Amazing.
So it is a very international roster now for the Aztecs.
It's crazy.
Finally, we'll wrap it up. No real story here, but a new release on Netflix just yesterday. I haven't gotten to it yet. But the Martin Short documentary just came out on Netflix. It's called Marty, Life is Short. What a guy. What a life and career that he has had, both ups and downs. I mean, the guy, I believe he lost his home in the fire. His wife passed away. His daughter committed suicide a few months ago. He has just been through it.
He's been through it. Rob Reiner and he were really tight.
Extremely
best
tight.
friends. Yep.
And all of that is, I guess, portrayed in this documentary. I saw a trailer and I thought immediately, yes, I'm in. Steve Martin, bunch of Tom Hanks is in it. Bunch of people look like they were in it. But I saw this morning the documentary, which came out on Netflix yesterday. It debuted with a 100% Rotten Tomatoes rating. Wow. For whatever stock you put that into. I'm sure that number can change and will change as more people watch it, but 100% out of the gate is a pretty strong indication that it's going to be a tearjerker and it's going to be really well done. I love Martin Short.
For some reason, and I don't know why, it was just, whatever was available at the Blockbuster. I watched Three Amigos way too often when I was a kid.
You too. Look up here. Look up here.
It's my favorite part. It's so good.
Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, Martin Short.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Oh man.
My kids sing "My Little Buttercup, Sweet Little Buttercup." It's the best. It's the best. I was a Martin. I liked Martin Short well enough. Some of his characters made me insane, but I liked him.
What's the one with
movies.
the hair? Sweeps over the top.
That was.
I liked him in Father
Pulled
of the
Up
Bride.
Pants.
Frank.
Frank.
I think it was genius in that. There's a movie he did with Kurt Russell called Captain Ron.
It's one of my favorites.
It's elite.
I was going to bring it up. That's
elite
probably
film.
my favorite Martin Short movie.
He's so good in it. He's so good in it.
He said, "Gorilla, not gorilla. Go, not gur."
He's so Captain Ron is like the most underrated movie of all time.
I could not agree with you more.
It's
I
so
watch it every
brilliant.
couple of years.
Me too.
It just pops into my
kids
brain
love
because
it.
it's not on. You never see it on anywhere. It's not on a lot of streaming services.
Kurt Russell rules in it. He rules. It's so good, dude.
Kurt Russell's amazing. I also liked Inner Space. Was a random
I
movie
watched that
from the
one a few
80s with
times,
Martin
yeah.
Short, and Dennis Quaid, and Meg Ryan. Weird movie, but very funny. And I agree. I liked him much more as a
an
movie
actor.
star.
Yeah, me too. Than
the
SNL
bits.
comedy
Ed
sketch.
Grimley. Yes, with the
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
It didn't
It's
get
not
me.
my favorite either.
I didn't like Jiminy Glick either. I really didn't. It was too campy for me. But him as an actor was great. Was great. Yeah, it's good. I haven't watched many of these lately.
There's been a bunch.
There's been a lot. I
last
still
one
can't watch the
saw-
John Candy one. I can't.
I haven't seen that one.
Can't
I
do
heard
it.
that one is just like the waterworks.
I can't do it, man.
I watched Eddie Murphy's was really good.
It's pretty good.
It was like just kind of wholesome.
It's pretty
and
good.
It didn't really go down any dark or
God, he's
sad moments
Still
too
as
much.
funny as a dude could possibly be.
No, and Only Murders in the Building is actually.
I never
pretty
saw
good.
it.
Very good.
That's
Very
the new,
good.
That's
That's
the
the new one with
series.
Selena Gomez, the series
Steve Martin.
with him and Steve Martin. That's actually pretty good.
Yep. Are you watching anything right now?
Not really. No,
No,
I want to keep. I want to when I have time. I want to keep going on Crashing.
You'll
now that
love it.
I saw the
'Cause
first
it's
one.
your
so, yeah, I know.
story.
Did you ever start Rooster? I just finished that
No,
one.
I did not start Rooster. I'm watching Half Man. As I told you, it's
Oh, yeah.
completely disturbing on HBO Max. I have nothing else. I searched for 40 minutes last night before settling on Crashing again. Like I got nothing right
I've
now.
been
You do like to
watching-
go back to your favorites.
Yeah.
The last couple of days, it came out on Sunday. I think they did the live on Netflix. The roast of Kevin Hart.
I watched some of that.
Kevin Hart can be funny in small doses at times.
40-year-old
He's just-
virgin. He was genius.
He's just there's too much
Too much Kevin
everywhere,
Hart.
and it's just. But the roast is kind of the opposite. If you're like, I can't do more Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
this is everybody talking S about Kevin Hart. So it's
we've roasting has gotten strange a little bit in my opinion, and my wife was watching it on her phone, and I think Shane Gillis is pretty funny. Like big Notre Dame fan, I like his shtick.
It's
He
like a
does some good stuff.
3-hour roast
It's
on
a long
Netflix. I've been just like cutting through,
But-
like, I don't really know this person
But
or whatever.
I heard a joke that Shane did, and I was like I know that roasts are supposed to be mean, but they're also supposed to be clever because he's like,
correct.
He's like, hey, Lizzo, you fat bee, nice flute. And I'm like, what's the joke? You just called her fat.
Yes.
Like that's mean. Like that's not, there's nothing, like I know you're supposed to be mean, but you can be mean and clever, not just cruel. And so it didn't register with me.
It's a fine line to walk
It's
because
so
we
fine.
did a roast once, and you need to be mean, but not too mean.
Right.
You need to be funny. You also need to be endearing, like
You
endearingly
need to find
mean.
the line. Of what's too much.
It's not a line. It's like a squiggle that you have to kind of
What was you say? Instead of like
traverse very carefully
you're like,
all the
oh,
way through the roast.
you don't want to cross the line. No, you pretty much just jump and stomp on the line. You're as close to
Well, like-
getting over the edge as possible.
Everyone knows Pete Davidson lost his father at 9/11. And they've made jokes about that for years. He now makes jokes about it as well, right? Like he made a joke about going over to Saudi Arabia to get that money that they did for the comedy festival. And he's like, you guys all went to get paid. He's like,
Shane Gillis.
He's like, he's like, I've been waiting on that money since I was 12 years old. And it was like,
Shane Gillis was like, I actually didn't go on that trip because I wanted to stay home and
Support the
honor
troops.
everybody that died on that day. Right, Pete?
Right, Pete?
was like,
I
oh,
mean,
God.
but then it got like cruel. So yeah, It's interesting. So it's not bad. There's some funny jokes in there.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a 3-hour
But
event.
man,
It was at the forum.
Are we all good? We all agree here on roasts. Let's leave it to the comedians. Professional comedians. I don't need Tom Brady in there. I don't need Draymond Green in there. Draymond Green must have said 20 times, I didn't even write these jokes. I didn't write these. I just said that, but I didn't write it. Like, part of the roast is letting people believe that, no, this is my thoughts about you.
Right.
Right? And we don't need Tom Brady. We don't need Draymond Green. We actually don't need The Rock. We just give us those comedians with the cold and cutting content. That's what we want.
All the jokes about The Rock, though, were pretty good about how Kevin Hart you're nothing without The Rock.
Yeah,
you're just a little parrot on his shoulder.
Yeah, but, it was. There's some funny.
There's some funny parts,
but it's definitely changed.
Paulie, thank you very much. Let's take a quick time out. When we come back, we have some Padres tickets to give away. We can look ahead to tonight's game 2 of the series against the Milwaukee Brewers and a terrific pitching matchup for you. It is all coming up, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, before spring is over, take advantage of SDFatLoss.com spring special. Lose weight for less. You can take $200 off the program that'll help you lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. What's different about SDFatLoss.com? Well, GLP-1 shots, they suppress your appetite. This program builds metabolism. Other programs pause hunger. This program rewires habits. Did for me. I just don't eat as much as I used to, but I'm still as satisfied. I still get to eat some foods I like. I even got to cheat a little bit during the program. I still lost 40 pounds in 60 days and have kept the weight off for 3 years. We live here in San Diego. You want to wear your shorts. You want to go to the beach. You want to feel good about yourself. Start now, and by the time the weather gets warm in July or August, you are going to be at your best you and feeling good about it. Just set up a free consultation now by going to SDFatLoss.com. And again, when you take off $200, you're just losing the weight for less. And you don't have to keep buying things. In fact, you don't have to buy anything at all other than the program. No shakes, no bars, no mixes, no injections, nothing like that. Just real sustainable weight loss that builds your metabolism. Check it out today at SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Brought to you by Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. That wasn't exactly an offensive outburst by the Padres yesterday. They did have runners on. They scored 3 against a starting pitcher and got him out before the 6th inning, which is better than they've done against most starting pitchers. Padres have struggled badly. As badly as any team, scoring runs early. Now, they've scored runs late pretty well.
They do.
But early has been a struggle. Now,
Kevin Acee, it basically said, look, if you're looking for any bright side, he did not, the Sproat GOAT, Brandon Sproat, did not become the 21st pitcher to make a quality start against the Padres. So that's something, because he actually didn't go 6. Yes! The banner is going up today.
Let's go, Padres. Let's show them how it's
lowering the bar a
done.
bit for the Padres offense and what we consider acceptable.
Agreed.
But, a lot of games 4 would have been good enough to win.
True.
With the way the Padres have played and prevented runs. Unfortunately, it wasn't yesterday. That's been another issue. I think I saw it in Kevin's newsletter as well, that they've given up the 4th most or 5th most 5-run innings in baseball or more. It's very hard to win. They have won 1 or 2 of those games where they gave up a 5-run inning crazily, but usually you give up a 5-run inning, you're not going to win a lot of baseball games that way. And with Matt Waldron on the mound, that 5-run inning was the kiss of death for the Padres last night.
It'd be fun if they instituted the Little League rule.
5-run max?
5-run max.
I don't know.
That's
Padres
five. Everybody bases are
need
loaded.
more to catch up on some of those games.
That's true.
But
That's true.
You don't expect any 5-run innings tonight in game 2 of the series. Jacob Mizorowski has been very good. He's given up just 2 hits in his last 2 starts. He's averaging 99.5 on his fastball and was consistently throwing at 103 in his last start. Shut down some pretty good offenses, including the New York Yankees. Now, no pitcher stays in a groove forever. Someone's going to get to him, just like someone gets to Paul Skeens, as well. But I would not expect the Padres to put, a 9 spot on the board tonight. So it's going to be up to Michael King to match Jacob Mizorowski and keep this a low-scoring game.
Yeah, man.
Always think the Padres have an opportunity. If they keep it
2-1,
tied, one-run game going into the last 3 innings or so, they've showed plenty of ability to shut down other teams' offenses with their bullpen. And all the high-leverage guys, other than Bradley, who opened yesterday, are available. And they've scored the ability to find a way to put some runs on the board in the late innings. So
it made no sense.
What?
They've scored some ability to.
They've found the ability to score some late runs.
Yes. Yeah. Really nice performances last night. You have to give credit where credit is due to Wandy Peralta and Yuki Matsui. Looked as good as he's ever looked, I think, in a Padres uniform.
Part of you says, doesn't matter if they didn't come back and win the game. Who cares if they had given up 5 or none?
100% it matters.
But it does matter that they didn't force Craig Stammen to have to get anybody else up.
Correct.
Didn't have to give Jeremiah Estrada an inning. You get to rest your other guys.
Yep.
So in that sense, it's valuable that those guys got the job done the way that they did.
Well, and knowing what you have in store for you today, right? If you can find a way to scratch out a run or 2 against Mizorowski, you've got all your guns ready to go. There, everyone, all the big guns are ready. And, listen, if you can get a lead after, 7 2/3 complete, game's over, so do that. Try to fight, claw, scrap, do what you have to do, manage it to win a game, because you have your big dogs ready to go today, Benny, and get it to Mason Miller and let's call it a dub and move on. I'd be really pleasantly surprised if they could scratch a couple out against Big Miz, as it were.
Michael King was pretty solid. Only gave up the 1 hit, the solo home run his last time out against the Cardinals. Padres unfortunately lost that game. Walked 2, but he's slowly been, getting more efficient, more Michael King-like, just like he did in 2024. This is about the time of year, May into June, where he really locked in and never let up at this point. And while he wasn't bad early in the season, he still get a 2.76 ERA. That's not bad at all.
No.
We know that there's even a little bit more
there's more there
for Michael King, and
that's a good feeling.
He's been trending in the right direction for the most part over the last 5 or 6 starts.
Yep, need him tonight for sure.
Definitely
need a big one.
Absolutely need one.
Absolutely.
All right. Before we do anything else, let's give away some Padres tickets. The A's are coming to town during the next homestand. We got a pair of tickets to give away for the May 22nd game against the A's at Petco Park. You can get your own tickets at Padres.com/tickets or win them now. 4th caller at 833-288-0973. 4th caller, 833-288-0973. Going to win some Padres tickets for the next homestand against the Sacramento Athletics. All right, we'll come back, wrap things up, get you to Braden and Frank at 10 o'clock. Last segment of Ben Woods on the way on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just, here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Want to remind everybody you can join us this Saturday at Park 101 in the Carlsbad Village. We'll be there at 4 o'clock to watch some baseball. Our team taking on Seattle's team. Yeah. What?
Just kills me every time.
Certain liners, I am not allowed to say certain words. You could probably figure out what they are.
Some of them, I didn't even know if you could actually say, like, we will be giving away an autographed baseball at this event, but because there's trade licensing issues, like I don't know if we're allowed to say which player.
So we can say the player. We're giving away a Mason Miller autographed baseball. We will also be giving away tickets to see the hometown baseball team. So again, you can
Come
figure
win
out
a
which
baseball
words.
signed by the guy that pitches last in games that they win.
Number 22
for
Park
the
101
hometown team.
Very cool. We were there for the playoffs last year.
a rad
Rooftop
place.
seating, TVs all over the place. They're going to be serving Mexican candy shots. I'm not sure exactly what those are, but also skinny margaritas made with Santo Tequila from our friend Sammy Hagar and Guy Fieri. Good food as well. Saturday at 4 o'clock, little Ben and Woods viewing party.
Carlos says, what team do they play? San Diego.
San Diego.
San Diego.
I love
the hometown team.
I love our hometown
Don
baseball
Arcillo
team.
often says San Diego for the team that he calls games
That's
for
right.
instead of the team nickname.
Yep. I'm excited to watch the hometown ball club
Yes, it is that hometown ball
for the big game.
the one that you're thinking of.
Or in the tournament. The big tournament that's
Right.
going on right now in March. It's weird. It's just weird rules.
All right, now that we're out of that read,
Out of the
we
read.
can go back talking about the Padres.
San
if you'd
Diego
like.
Padres, yeah.
it's San Diego Padres. We're the home of the Padres.
Home of the Padres.
Flagship Padres radio station.
Right.
Nothing stopping us from saying Padres on our show right here. Padres, Padres, Padres.
That's
Say it
right.
as much as we want. We can also check traffic one last time here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
Heads up on the west 905 getting onto northbound 5. They're stopping all lanes here to get a bunch of metal junk out of the way. Once you're on the 5 northbound, it looks good through Chula Vista and National City all the way up to the 8.
This report is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Got miles ahead? Make sure your car's ready. Swing by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They'll check tires, lights, and essential fluids with any oil change. Stay in your car, done fast. Coupons at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your 15-minute drive-through oil change.
Quickly, a little basketball, Ben. The San Antonio Spurs dominated last night at home, 126-97 over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Spurs take a 3-2 series lead, 27 points, 17 rebounds from Wemby. Bounce back after getting ejected in Game 4. That means San Antonio one win away from a conference finals matchup against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are now just chilling and waiting for their opponent, getting all rested for that series. They've yet to lose a playoff game and will be the favorites over either of these two teams. But my guess is that'll be the toughest challenge they face, whether it's the Spurs and Wemby or Ant and the Timberwolves. That's the team that the Thunder would be most worried about in stopping their run to a second straight title.
Okay.
Tonight, just one game. Cavs, Pistons, Game 5 in Detroit. That series is tied at 2 games apiece. Some NHL playoffs last night. Ducks fell in overtime 3-2 to the Vegas Golden Knights. So Vegas goes up 3-2 in that series in the Western Conference semifinals in the National Hockey League playoffs.
Well, the one that everybody wants to see is that Wild Avalanche, and that is tonight, Benny. And they've
lots of goals, and they were talking about that yesterday.
Goals are averaging like 8 goals a game between them. Yeah. It's going to be so good.
We had a winner for the Padres tickets, Paulie, in our last segment. You were just getting some information.
I did. Francisco,
congratulations for winning the tickets.
So he's very excited for Park 101 on Saturday as well.
Nice.
Boy, bring it on out, man. Can't wait to see you guys.
We'll be watching our local hometown team.
Hometown club.
Baseball there. All right, why don't we spin the topic wheel here for our last segment?
Listen to all those new...
Oh, it's quick.
Every tick is a new question. Topic Wheel asks, what is your, I guess one of your comfort television shows? What is your comfort TV show?
Sopranos.
I knew your answer. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sopranos.
I'm comforted with the sociopathic behavior of the mafia.
For me, it's kind of changed. Like when I was a kid and I wanted to turn on something, it would always be something syndicated. Gilligan's Island. Loved watching Gilligan's Island over and over again as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, you sat through the commercials when you were a kid.
Yeah,
that's what you did.
Nowadays, like my most rewatched show is probably Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yeah, I've watched like 3 times.
I've seen it. Yeah,
it stresses me out to no end.
I don't know that
Sopranos doesn't.
Right?
No,
Sopranos is literally about a stressed out mob boss.
I know
and it doesn't stress you out.
It gives me comfort because I go through similar things. I'm not a teacher with cancer making meth.
Neither am I.
And that's what makes me super stressed out.
But
yeah.
You're not a mob boss either.
I think it's the drug thing, honestly.
Oh, really?
The drug, like getting busted, but like that fear of getting busted. Anytime Tony would get close to getting busted, I'd be like, he'll be great in prison. Like he'll be fantastic and we'd probably be happier in prison. And he'll run the place.
All the business.
I wasn't worried about it. Yeah. I was worried about Jesse and Walter White getting busted all the time or getting killed. Like I think with the Sopranos, I don't know. I think it's the mental health stuff too. I was like, oh, I can relate. I have panic attacks. Now I don't run my car off the road when I have them, but I have that thing where I'm driving and everything's good. And then all of a sudden my ears plug up. And I'm like, it feels like an elephant standing on my chest. And I'm like, oh God. Now, will that day come where one is like, I can't, like he wrecks his car a couple times.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten there. I hope it never does.
I get those as well. Probably not as badly as you do. I try to now when I feel it coming on, like just lean into it and enjoy.
Me too.
It used to be like, I don't enjoy it. And then it's like, all right, just let it pass. It's just going to happen. Just let it happen.
Yeah, for sure.
They're unavoidable.
Now, I have a theory on Ben and Breaking Bad. Because you and Walter White, like, is there a Walter White that lives inside of you potentially? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that, like, It does.
Sweet, wholesome science teacher.
Yes.
Sweet, wholesome news reporter.
Yes, but is there Walter
he's
White
a lot more
in you?
bitter than I ever was.
Well, I think he was bitter.
There was a bitterness about.
You learned that towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
He was like, his whole adult life was essentially bitter at
his former partner,
his company
for
that he
the company
started,
that he thought he should have
off.
been
That's right.
successful. I don't have that to him. I do have some of the. He's got that logical, like I can make this work sort of thing.
Yes.
Like, this is follow the directions, do it right. Why wouldn't it be successful?
Now, the weird part of is in 5 years, if they're like, oh my God, you guys remember the Ben and Wood show? One of the hosts got arrested for making meth. It wouldn't be me. It would be him.
Oh,
it would. I don't have the stomach to like do that. I don't have the stomach to like on that level, right? I think he does. I think you could do it logically.
Well,
it would make sense.
And I don't have the scientific knowledge
Right.
necessarily to do something like that, but certainly if I went down the road like he did,
right.
The hardest part for me would be the interpersonal parts, like it was for him, like dealing with the Tucos Salamancas of the world.
That's why you
Like,
need
no
Woodsy
clue how to
Pinkman
do
over
that.
here.
That's Woodsy Pinkman.
No clue how to do that.
I think that there's a little Walter White in you. I
Yeah.
really do. And I think there's a little Tony in me, to be honest with you. That's a good question, though.
Paulie, did you have an answer?
Well, there's a difference between like a comfort show and then just like a familiar background noise
It's the
show
exact
for
same
me.
thing. It's the exact same thing. It gives you comfort just because it's on in the background.
But if I'm paying attention to it versus just it's on in the background,
Right. But
like I will watch and pay attention to probably my comfort show. I'd say is Friday Night Lights. I love it. I watch
the
it.
show, not the movie.
The
I love
TV
the
show
movie,
from
too.
NBC. The show laps the movie, and I like the movie, but the show itself.
I need
but
to
like,
watch the show
But
because I love the movie.
if I put it on, I'm locked in and I'm watching it. Whereas I can also, if I'm getting some stuff down around the house or just laying in bed and goofing around on my iPad or something, I'll have like South Park on, and that's
Sure.
a comfort show. But I'm not like engaged and like locked in on it. But any sort of like a real life, like an actual TV show, probably Friday Night Lights.
I think what the weird thing is when I'm actually looking for comfort, it's usually a movie I turn on, but I specifically will go to the guide and see what's on like AMC or there's Star Wars or something is playing. And I want it to have the commercials. Like I could go back and watch that movie from the beginning. I got like the Disney Plus app. I could watch it with no commercials from the beginning. I want to pick it up somewhere in the middle, and then I want it to have commercials so I don't feel like I'm like locked in. I'll have different spots where I can just eject and do something else.
That's
so I actually
sociopathic,
need
I
it
think.
to have the commercials.
that's weird.
To have it's just for the comfort watching.
Much like Ben and Woods, I love the commercials during Ben and
Me
Woods.
too.
Love them. When I'm listening, I just think that they are the best part. Love commercials.
Commercials are great.
They're great.
It's great.
I think it's such a bad rap, but they're really fantastic.
All right. This one says, barring an emergency, can you stop reading a book at any time, or do you have to get to the end of a chapter?
I can stop any time, any
Like in the
page.
middle of a page?
Middle
Oh
of a
no.
page.
I plow through until a chapter. I will get annoyed at the book and go, oh, there's 8 more pages until this chapter's over, because I will not stop
I can
in the middle of a chapter.
I can stop in the middle of a sentence and just put it back down
It's
on
almost
the
like
back of the
really,
toilet and walk away.
It's like an OCD thing. Like I have to, if I start a chapter, I have to finish it.
No, I can do it anytime, anywhere. I don't have to finish
Purple
the
says
page.
it's got to end on a chapter. Satan's Blowfish, you got to finish the page. You can do right in the middle of
right in the middle of a
anywhere.
sentence. I will literally be reading and be like, all right, I'm done.
So one thing that I think people would find very surprising about me and Woods, and you might reverse it, Woods is quite the speed reader compared to me. I'm a very slow, methodical reader. You're a speed reader. You could go through so many more books than I could.
Oh, I rip through books. I rip through them, and I read them. I mean, I'm not. I just. It's a little. It's just one tiny little skill that I have that I'm able to see it in its entirety, get what I need from it, and move on. And I don't know. I don't know where I got it. I read a ton when I was a kid. I read a ton in college. I was an English major. You had to. And sometimes you'd have 4 or 5 papers due, and you're like, I literally have to read all these books. I got to get through these. And so I think it was just an acquired, learned skill. And now I plow through a novel in a weekend, no problem.
You know me, I've got my one-track mind. If I'm reading and for somehow I get distracted, I'll find I've gone through a page and I won't remember any of it. And I go, how did I read that without not taking in any of it at all? So then I got to go back and read the whole thing again. It just slows down the whole process.
No, honestly, like I have like 3 books I'm reading right now. I haven't touched them since I started playing with baseball cards.
Wait, you can read more than one book at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, now I can't do that either. I've got one, and it's my book until I'm done.
I am still milking the Cameron Crowe book. Still. And I've been milking it for a while because it was so good. And I'm still milking that one. I'm reading that Elvis book that is the size of War and Peace. I don't know that I'll ever get through that one. I love Elvis, but like there's a lot of minutia that I don't care about. And then I'm reading a book about the making of OK Computer from Radiohead. And so I'm reading all 3 of those simultaneously. But then when the cards came into play, I put the books on the back burner.
I can barely watch multiple shows at the same time now. Because then I always have the decision, which one do I go with? Like, okay, I'm 3 episodes into season 2 of this one. I'm on episode 5 of this one. And it's like a paralyzing decision which one I go with.
Yeah.
You're adding books to that where you could pick up a different book at any time.
Well, and I think it's because of, I do get bored with things easily. But I will go back to it, to finish it. So I'm like, all right, this Radiohead book's interesting. Well, let's see what the king is up to. And I go over to that. And then I'm like, oh, let's see what Cameron Crowe's up to.
Man, you guys are making me feel bad because
it's your generation, dude. My wife hasn't read a book in 20 years.
I could not. I was going to say it's probably been. I'm 35. Cover to cover, it's probably been 20 years since I've read a book.
Wow, that's insane to me.
And like, I didn't.
It's
I mean,
insane
dude,
to
I
me.
just
It's your
never really
generation.
had to. Like,
it's your generation.
Now,
My wife doesn't either.
I have consumed many books, audiobooks.
Right.
Like,
doesn't count. By the way.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
I could tell you exactly everything about the same book that you read.
Doesn't count.
I can tell you everything.
Audiobooks don't count, Ben. Right?
I don't do audiobooks.
I don't either. To truly read a book, you must.
If Major
read
Garrett writes a book and you read it and I listened to the audiobook, we could both turn in the exact same book report.
True.
Cole's asking, how does it not count? I don't know, Cole. I just know that it doesn't.
You know what I would love to do someday, though? If there are any authors in the audience, I would love to be the voice who reads the audiobook.
Would you?
Oh,
See,
yes.
I think about that all the time. And then they're like, all right, Ben, come read this book. And you're like, oh, this sounds like a great gig. Right. And then you're in there reading for 3 hours. And then all the diction and all the inflection, like I think you'd lose your mind.
No, this is what anchoring is too. I'm just reading teleprompter and trying to make it all sound interesting and correct and pronounce every word clearly for the audience.
I think it would be terrible. I think it would be terrible. I have actually recently, because they're on Spotify now.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see, hey, this new biography's out, and I'll listen to like 10 minutes of it.
Sure.
But I will drift so hard on it. I will be like, what? I'm more likely to retain it for me if I sit down and read it.
I do like the ones, if it's like an autobiographical book or something that somebody that I'm interested in wrote it.
If they read it themselves.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm in for this. But yeah, it's just, I think to answer the question, can I stop in the middle of a sentence or a paragraph? No, I'm like Ben. I would have to, again, since I don't read books, I'm trying to think of like the long, like the long ESPN stories that take like an hour to read. They're broken up. There's like the big text that separates, parts of the story. Sure. I'll get to the end of that part of the story and come back to it later. That's the equivalent of a chapter. But
one of my short ones, how good is Ben at doing voices? You don't have to do voices to do an audiobook. You're just reading in your own voice a lot of the time.
But if you were reading and it was like, and then his mother walked into the room and said, blank.
No, but you don't go, hello, darling. Right. Good morning. Do you want a croissant?
Audiobook readers do that? I don't think
so.
they do.
I don't have a lot of experience.
I think they just read it in their own voices.
Yeah, I think so too.
You're not an actor. You're not playing characters. You're just reading the book.
But if I'm listening to like Adam Sandler's, autobiography, I would expect a lot of voices.
If it's an autobiography, yeah.
But
hello there. Oh, zippity-doo. All right, that's enough of this. I'd rather read the book. I'll just read the biography in that case. That's a good one. It's interesting.
All right, I think that's about it for us. Tomorrow on the program, it is Thursday, but we do not have an Epic Wings, Epic Padres roundtable. I'm sorry to disappoint. We have the next best thing, an actual Padres game. It's going to start at 10:40, and we will go up until 9:40 in Sammy's Eco Water SoCal pregame show. Sammy will join us, in-season Sammy, and Eno Saris with a little smart baseball from The Athletic. I'll guess on Ben Woods, appear on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. Anything else I need to know about our Thursday program tomorrow? No. SDFC wrap up tomorrow morning Thursday as well. In addition to Padres talk and Throwback Thursday, Paulie can see if we've got anything good.
Musical themed Throwback Thursday for tomorrow.
Okay. That's what we've got for you.
All right, let's go.
Tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Go beat Big Miz today. Shock the world.
Dominic says Ben dodged the roundtable 2 weeks now, and 3 out of the last 4.
Unbelievable. You're a savant.
I'm hot. I'm red hot
Load
right
management
now.
over
Load
here.
management, yeah.
All right, that's it for us. For executive producer Paul Reindl, for Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Braden and Frank coming up next right here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.